Do you really want me to fucking start that as the cold open?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ew.
Oh, what are you? What's going on, Ian?
Masashi Kishimoto has replaced the writer for Boruto.
The new writer. That's a potentially good thing.
What do you mean the new writer?
Like you said, replace the writer.
Masashi Kishimoto, the original writer of Naruto.
Yeah, he doesn't write Boruto.
He does now.
That's potentially a good thing.
It's potentially... I think it's good. I saw a lot of people going like, oh, fucking Kishimoto, I can't wait for all the women to just get backlogged to become housewives. And it's like, he's not fucking Akira Toriyama. But yeah, so they unveiled a new form for Naruto, and it looks god-awful. Like, absolute shit. I'm going to show you it now.
Let me see him. You have shown me what appears to be a DeviantArt photo.
That's like... yeah, it's not. That is the official chapter thing for chapter 52 of Boruto, Naruto Next Generation.
That's such a terrible title.
It looks like when people saw Super Saiyan 4 and Dragon Ball GT when they were watching it on like YTV and Toonami back in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And we're like, fuck yeah. And then they went to DeviantArt and made Super Saiyan 5.
Yeah, except like Super Saiyan 4 and GT is cool.
Furry.
Fuck you.
I agree with you.
Cool.
I love Super Saiyan 4. I think it's very dumb.
It's cooler than Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
Yeah, because it's just Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan's like, my hair's blue now, or Super Saiyan God, which is, it's Kaioken.
Yeah.
But my hair turns red instead of having a red aura, whatever.
Alright guys, welcome to the Media Hole Podcast.
No, I'm not done with Naruto here. It just looks like, why, like, sis, skip on the eyeliner next time. I think that's the worst part, honestly, is the eyeliner that goes into the hair.
I'm gonna go against it. The guy liner's fine. It's the weird tendrils.
Also...
And why are the weird tendrils wearing his fucking outfit?
Here's the thing. That's the outfit is part of the transformation.
It's gross and weird and I don't like it.
In the previous forms he had, where like his Nine-Tail Sage Mode shit he did, during the war arc, he went through 8 different fucking outfits. I swear to God, he had more costume changes than anyone else in the entire series. That doesn't make any
sense. Like, they should...
It's like a cloak of chakra.
But they should... But do you know what's cooler than that? If you're growing fucking tendrils out of your back... No, hold on. You know what's cooler than that if you're growing tendrils out of your back? Is if they burst out of your clothes and rip a hole in the back of your shirt. That's way cooler.
Or, it's the nine-tailed fox...
It comes out of his asshole.
No, it comes out of at least the lower spine. When he did his other transformation... Can you give me your keyboard for a real quick second?
We're not talking about Naruto.
No, we're going to talk about Naruto. Alright, you can do the intro. I'm going to look up
Alright, guys, welcome to
his
the
other
media...
forms.
Alright, guys, welcome to the Media Hole Podcast. This is a weekly podcast in which me, Nathan, and my co-host, Ian, talk about news and comics and movies and television and video games.
Alright, how do you feel about this one?
All sorts of shit. Yeah? That looks alright.
That one isn't my favorite one he did, but is a very good... Oh,
it's one of the better ones.
Here's all the forms.
I don't need all of them.
Well, too bad. Oh, Pinterest!
What's wrong with Pinterest?
Remember back in the old days of Google when you're on Google Images, you could, if you wanted to click on the bigger version of the image, it would just take you to the image in like a big page. Now it takes
now you have to click it and say open image in new tab.
Yeah. None of these aren't in order.
Maybe they're in like favorite order.
Actually, the one on the top left is the one I like the most.
Let me take a gander at it. He looks kind of chunky in that pic.
What, the top left?
Chunkster.
That's where the power comes in.
He's got a little bit of a chunky boy. Or maybe it's the jacket.
It's the fact that it's a jacket that's hanging off.
I think the jacket sticks to the arms, not to his stomach. But also the kind of like the black shirt that he's wearing under it. Oh no, the black onesie. He looks like a little bit of a chunky boy.
You know what? It's because we're just gonna be on the same mic. It's because the jacket goes back a little more.
Yeah.
So it's like making it look like that's still him, but honestly, the body curve probably goes up like that. Yeah.
It's a bit of a chunky boy.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's fine. This one was dumb.
Looks the same.
Actually,
as the
that's
other
the one from the last.
The last.
This one is dumb. This is the first one he gets. It's
They
just
all look
him
the
with
same, man.
symbols.
Honestly, most of them look very similar.
Well, so does Go Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
I think Bleach had really cool transformations.
Well, Super Saiyan 2 wasn't originally Super Saiyan 2.
Did you ever get through like the Bleach transformations and shit?
No, because I didn't watch Bleach.
I don't know. Maybe you did when you were a kid.
No, I didn't
People watch things just because they were on TV.
No, I never touched Bleach.
Okay, like the Bleach went from like simple, like, oh, he just gets a bit of a mask on his face, to, oh, look, he's become a horrible demon.
I love a good horrible demon.
Yeah, he looked really good, and yeah, it was a really good devil trigger.
All right, Ian. Now let's get into some news about something people actually care about because it's actually good. Shark Boy and Lava Girl 2, We Can Be Heroes.
No, this is bullshit.
Shark Boy.
Taylor Lautner's not in it.
Yeah. Comes out on Netflix January 1st. Taylor Lautner is not back, but Taylor Dooley is, and she's joined by Pedro Pascal and Christian Slater.
Who's Pedro Pascal playing?
I don't know. A new character.
Oh, okay. Because what if
they have a baby, by the way. Shark Boy and Lava Girl have a baby together.
I thought they were siblings.
It could be both.
You stay the fuck away from my nephew, son. Is
My
it
son
lava?
too.
Is it shark? Is it lava shark boy or lava shark girl?
We don't like to put genders on it. They haven't decided.
Lava
yet.
shark them.
Yeah.
Lava shark individual.
Lava shark baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds dumb.
Yeah. Robert Rodriguez is back.
That
Shark Boy,
sounds great.
Shark Boy and Lava Girls. A whole thing.
I never watched it. Is that where he took
It's
my
Spy
dream
Kid.
journal from?
Yeah. It's like Spy
Mr.
Kids.
Electric sent him to the principal office at once.
Yeah. It's like Spy Kids, but even
Yeah.
more.
The Among Us people finally made an official
Among
Twitter
Us made a
account.
Twitter.
Because no one gives a shit about the rest of your games, Inner Sloth.
And they made they teased their new map. They're saying it's going to be showing at the Game Awards. There's going to be more info. There's a little preview of the map. It's Henry Stickmin themed because that's a previous game they worked on. So apparently there was like a spaceship that looked like this in one of the Henry Stickmin games.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you play them on Newgrounds?
No.
I didn't.
Wait,
either.
maybe. They were on Newgrounds, there's a chance.
Yeah. Although they put a 6-game collection of it on Steam for like $15 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, actually, Flash is dead now, so I can't go on Newgrounds anymore. I bet they just let their website die.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
So yeah, cool. December 10th, Game Awards. We're gonna be, but I'm definitely going to live stream it again this year. Ian may join me depending on scheduling.
Yeah.
You will join me via remote because we're getting further locked down, here in Canada. Annapurna's 12 Minutes, the cool indie game about a time loop, has been delayed into 2021. It was supposed to come out, I believe, around now, but it's being delayed.
I can't believe what's with all these lazy game developers and not being able to fully work from home. Yeah. Oh wait, actually, since I went into that, did you see this fucking bullshit? It was either Bloomberg or New York Times article.
What was it?
It was like the insidious workplace bullshit that employees are now taking a part of now that they're working from home. Time theft. And I'm like, go fucking suck a goddamn dick.
Shit.
Eat a giant, suck the biggest cock in the world, and I hope you don't enjoy it.
Like, imagine.
I hope it's a gross smegma-filled dick. Like, eat that. Because honestly, time theft, whatever. Don't care.
Drop in the fucking bucket compared to wage theft.
Yes.
Like,
it's nothing. And
like
also,
how many breaks have you taken a minute short of? Like, not been able to do your full break at any job?
Oh, at multiple times.
Yeah.
Not in the last year because I'm good at my
don't give a
job.
fuck anymore.
No,
But-
I don't care. My fucking plant's closing.
Yeah, but
I took Yesterday, I took my Switch to work with me to play Age of Calamity because I knew I had nothing to do today. Yep. I looked at my playtime at the end of the day when I went to save it. I had 4.5 hours in a 7-hour shift. That means I sat in my car for 4.5 hours yesterday.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
It is, but here's the thing. I think time theft is only a thing if you have work to do. Yeah. I had no work to do. Yeah. At all. I didn't and when I had work to do, it was done within like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but
but what they're implying is that it's like say you work this is your workspace. You work in a desk job. You have to all you have to do is answer emails. And there's like 5 emails a day. But if you were at your workplace, you'd be sitting there like secretly going through YouTube when you weren't having to do any work. Yeah. But now you can just fucking get up and leave and go do something else.
Yeah. Or like the horrible... What I was going to say is like, there's more time theft now. Fucking employees are getting up. It's like, yeah, my baby's crying in the other room and I got up to fucking take care of them.
Or...
that's time theft because you were on the clock.
Maybe also it's because the 8-hour work week is a capitalist myth and we don't actually need it.
It's almost as if when you separate a day into 3 8-hour chunks and expect that you're supposed to spend somehow cram within 24 hours 8 hours of social time, 8 hours of work time, and 8 hours of sleep, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah. The man who lives in my house, who I am not related to at all, he now works fully from home. I think he has to go to his office like once a month now for like a meeting. Yeah. And that's all. Probably not now because we're back in lockdown. So he goes to work. He goes into like sits at his laptop in like the fucking living room, taps away, and then turns around and just starts watching TV whenever, because he's like customer support pretty much. Like picks up the phone and he's like, "Hey, what's up with that thing you in your workplace that's not working? All right, let me see if I can figure it out for you." And then when no one's on that other line, he just fucking sits there. Yeah. And at his old job, when he was actually in his office, he would watch shit on YouTube, or he would go to the floor and like talk to his brother who also worked there. Now, though, he could just fucking turn around and be like, "I'm playing with the dogs."
Hell yeah.
Which my point is, that man does not have that much work to do in the day. They even fired, laid off the 7 other people who also did his job because they were like, "Wow, we actually don't need all these people." Bummer for them. Yeah. But also, if one man can do the job like that and only works for like 3 hours a day, pretty much, time theft is stupid.
But yeah, well, most jobs aren't like that. To be fair, like most office jobs, if your job quite busy.
But if your job is to sit there and wait for phone calls, like
who fucking cares?
Yeah. Like if you were, I don't know, if you
work retail and there's no customers in the building,
you're
gonna go on your fucking phone and sit down.
Yeah, sit down. That's the thing. Ooh, when fucking Emma told me that you were working at the bank at the time, that tellers don't get to sit down. You only have those like tall stools that you can kind of like lean on, sort of shit. Like your 2B fishing and near automata. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You guys are 90% behind a desk. Yeah. Who fucking cares? Like, imagine if you were like, I'm gonna go get a new credit card or something, and you walked into Emma's like office, and she was standing up. Yeah. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? You have to stand in that spot all day?
Standing desk, motherfucker.
Yeah. Also, if people are looking at their phone,
standing desks are good for you.
They are. Yep. But also, your legs get tired, and you should sit down every once in a while.
Yeah, you should. It's standing desks are good because you shouldn't be sitting all day, but you also shouldn't be standing all day. Yeah. Your body's not made for that.
Yeah. So, but also let people look at their phones at work. I don't care if they're like actively ignoring what they're supposed to be doing by looking at their phone. Then it's a problem. But like, just do your fucking job and then look at your phone and management stop walking past going like, "Hey, why are you doing that?" Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, fuck hourly work. Fuck salary. Also, fuck businessmen.
Yeah. Fuck Bloomberg.
Or New York Times.
That's political.
Whoever wrote it.
New York. Well, here's the thing.
It was an opinion piece article.
Yeah. Here's the thing with the New York Times is they'll have. Like, there's a lot of great, brilliant journalists who do great jobs there. And then there's also a lot of huge pieces of shit.
Yeah. Is Bloomberg...
Bloomberg's not the New York Times. It's its own magazine.
I know, but it's a magazine.
It's a business one.
Yeah, but I can say fuck that one. That one's not political. If I say fuck Mike Bloomberg, then it's a problem.
Yeah. Just teeters on the edge, you know.
Who's Mike Bloomberg?
He was the mayor of New York, but not Rudy Giuliani.
So he was
after.
Giuliani came after?
No. Bloomberg came after.
Okay, so it was Giuliani, Bloomberg, whoever's in there now.
I think Bill de Blasio, yeah.
Okay.
Who also sucks.
All right, that's as far as we're going to go.
Yeah.
Because we could dunk on Rudy Giuliani because he did some dumb shit this week.
Did you do the thing?
I did, yeah. Okay, no. We made a promise.
Okay.
I'm more into this next story.
In Demon Souls PS5, aka Nathan throws a bone for Ian, Bluepoint has added a secret door that wasn't in the original, and people didn't know how to open it for like a week. I wonder if you can tell if I wrote this down when everyone was like, "What's this door do?" And then they figured it out before the episode got
I think
recorded.
you get an armor set from like one of the bosses.
The Darkborn community came together and found it out, though. There was a new collectible added to the game called the Ceramic Coin.
I did not get a single one of these.
Which can only exist when the game world is pure white or pure black. If you get 25 of these, or 26, I can't tell what that says.
26.
It's very far away. 26 of these bad boys across multiple New Game Pluses. You can get the key to the door and a special armor set.
Yeah, I don't want to play this game on New Game Plus.
Why?
Because I already was, and I got one shot by a basic enemy. And I have like 40 vitality, which is pretty high. Mm-hmm. And I was wearing like a medium armor set.
Was the world pure black? Because I think that's like
they don't do that much more damage. It's like 10% more damage.
Oh,
they do 10% more damage, and you get 10% more souls. But also, like you're kind of fucked once the game ends up being once you're in pure black.
Yeah,
you can't get out of it. Even if you go in flawless and kill, because the way you get it pure white is by beating all the bosses without dying in human form. So you can die you could go back to a different area, kill yourself, go back to the area, and then like run through to the boss, and then go become human again. Mm-hmm. Beat the boss, be totally cool. If you're at pure black, it will just go to neutral. It won't go pure white.
Yeah.
That system is incredibly cool, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah, Demon Souls is a really interesting, weird game. But you don't think you'll play more of it? You usually
I'm going to play more. I'm not going to play New Game Plus. I'm going to make a new character.
Oh, I wonder if the collectibles only count through New Game Pluses.
They would. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
apparently it has to do with
individuals thing.
Okay. So apparently it has to do with like in the original there was a weapon and it was like some boss's weapon and like there was no armor set to go with it and this is that armor set.
Oh, I think it's the penetrating sword.
That's it.
Because the penetrating sword, I think you actually just pick it up. I don't even think it's a boss soul weapon.
Oh.
You get, or you might, I don't know, but there's a boss called the Penetrator.
Yeah.
And he's probably, I would actually say he's the hardest boss in the game. Because he was the only one I actively seeked help for. It's an NPC help. But they pretty much, Dark Souls, all Souls games, and Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Not made to have more than one person in them. Because then when the enemy is focusing your fucking co-op partner, and they're just sitting there blocking, you just get to walk up and slash them in the ass 1,000 times. So you get this guy to come into the world who all he does is just take the hits, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is very similar to the extra collectible. I don't think it was called the Ceramic Coin, but Bluepoint added an extra collectible and an extra secret to Shadow of the Colossus as well.
Did Bluepoint do Tony Hawk? No, who did Tony Hawk? Vicarious
Visions. Yeah. Who also did Crash.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk more about Demon Souls in my week because it was a majority of my week.
It's the first real PS5 game.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Yeah, it's the first proper PS5 game
because it's the first like exclusive one.
Yeah.
IO Interactive, the developer of the Hitman and Kane and Lynch series, announced that their next project is going to be Project 007.
How did you know I played Yakuza 7?
Huh?
How did you know I played Yakuza 7?
Because you won't use your fucking goddamn Google Doc, and so I have to write shit in for you. And I looked at your trophies because I was seeing how if you platted Spider-Man yet.
I felt like because I went through that game so quickly, I was like, I'll play something else.
Yeah.
So that I don't get tired of the game. But I'm gonna draw that fucking one to do like 100 like hit combo.
That's fucking. I'm gonna have to set the goddamn game on easy or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. Because I think I could do it. I've gotten pretty close.
I'm doing my New Game Plus on Ultimate though.
I probably will too. Unless is there a trophy for beating it on Ultimate?
Nope.
There's a trophy for doing New Game Plus though.
Yep.
Well, you have to do New Game Plus.
You have to beat your New Game Plus, and you have to do. You have to start your New Game Plus to get the extra skills and gadgets.
And the extra skills, gadgets, and the suit.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure the suit is.
You get it right at the beginning. It's the one he wears in Marvel Spider-Man, with the mask over it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Oh yeah, sorry. Project 007 by the fucking Hitman people. It's probably gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. That's maybe, but depends on like how it is. Like, am I playing a basic white guy, or can I be? If it's Project 007, you're becoming a 007 agent, and we know because of the new 007
that it's just a number, not a person.
It's not So I don't know if they've said this though. Mm-hmm. That the 007s that have been played.
I think you are playing as James Bond.
Actually, yeah, I guess because if they weren't all named James Bond,
yeah,
then it could be Sean Connery's and Roger Moore and Daniel Craig.
That's still a theory that James Bond is also a code name, but what happens in Skyfall makes that not work.
Yeah, unfortunately, James Bond is just a man who cannot take a fucking break.
Yeah,
and also is like 100 years old.
Yeah, apparently, No Time to Die when that movie fucking eventually comes out. It looks good.
Oh, did you see the thing with it's not? I see it's not here. Did you see the thing with Wonder Woman?
Oh yeah, it's coming to HBO Max.
Like day in
for one day only, or for like
no, it's like the day it comes. The day it comes out in
theaters. It also comes out on HBO Max, but like it's only for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, still it's free.
It's free.
Well, cool. If you have HBO Max, it's free. I don't think I'm gonna have it because
I don't think it works on. I don't think Crave is getting it.
But what that means,
yeah,
it's gonna be real easy to torrent.
Yeah, I might. If
it comes to
if the lockdown's over by Christmas, which they say it should be, but who fucking knows? I might.
I just want security guards back at grocery stores. So people are getting a bit too bold recently.
Yeah,
walking in because my mom works at the grocery store, and she talks about daily there is people trying to walk up to registers without a mask on, or like people who are like. You know how they have the fucking spots on the floor, and they have rules like if there's someone else's food on the conveyor, and it's like you don't fucking use the thing to break it, like how you would back in the day. It's like wait till they're gone. The closest I've ever come was the person's like last little bit was like being grabbed to scan, and I put my shit on.
I've done it since, but I don't use the thing. I
wait till they're at the fucking other end. Well, it's still you go to the grocery store near here,
right
and it's like a lot smaller.
Yeah.
The ones at the superstore, fucking like the length of this room. They're huge.
Yeah, I went to a Loblaws recently, and they're very big.
Yeah.
You just go to a different one, honestly. At that point, like
what?
Just go to a different lineup.
It's like if there's one person in front of me. I go to UScan.
Oh yeah. I don't do that for everything. If I do a big grocery shop.
No, I'll always go to UScan.
Really? No.
I don't because I don't ad match because ad matching is bullshit. And
I don't ad match. Hold on, I don't ad match.
Yeah, I assumed you didn't. It's just that I think I'm as fast as the person at the register, pretty much.
I just think that like I'm slightly slower, and also I don't necessarily always want to do it.
Yeah. Also, I never buy that much. I buy enough food for me. I'm sure you go for you and your mom.
Yeah.
But me and my mom very much buy different foods.
And you know what I made? Not this week, but last week that was really fucking good. I made like a lettuce wrap. It was like a kind of, it was like a sort of a taco, but like it had some like hoisin sauce and shit. Ground turkey. It was really good.
Yeah.
You don't like ground turkey?
I hate turkey in general.
Ground turkey is just a ground beef replacement.
I know, but I just don't like it.
You know, turkey tastes like exactly like chicken.
I don't agree. I think it tastes very different. And I just don't like it. That's about it. I'm not saying you're wrong for liking turkey.
Then you could hold on. Then you could just buy ground chicken and do the same recipe.
Sure, but I'd rather just buy ground beef.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be healthy.
Yeah, it's everything in moderation.
Yeah.
If I'm eating like steak every day of the week, it's a problem.
Yeah.
If I'm eating chicken most days of the week and I have like one beef thing,
yeah,
whatever.
No, I'm not saying never eat beef. Although I remember, was it on the podcast or was it when we were playing Among Us or something on Discord? You were like, "Yeah, man, you could just eat fucking steak all day."
That was
and I was
on Discord.
Like, that's fine for you.
Because I think Blake was like, there, and Blake started yelling at me too.
Yeah, and then I was like, "No." You're like, yeah, if you just eat steak or whatever, it's fine. And then like,
I don't. Okay.
It's like red meat's terrible for you.
I think it was a comparison to something else.
Oh,
like I said red meat's better than this thing, and everyone was like, "You idiot! Red meat's still bad for you." And I'm like, I said it was better. Yeah, but red meat's sick though. What other red meat
I
is
think you
there?
were like, if you ever think about vaping, just eat a steak instead. And then we were all like,
I think it was something like that.
Red meat is associated with heart disease.
Yeah, but the other one is lung cancer.
But we don't know that about vaping.
You shouldn't put shit in your lungs.
Yeah. While you're breathing, bitch. Don't put oxygen in there.
I have a filter inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called a mucous membrane. I actually have no idea.
All right, okay. Now, all you dumb motherfuckers, you gotta listen to this. Twitter user Midori will fight. Posted a link to a house on Zillow, and it's fucking wild.
Wait, is this a different house? Okay, good. It is a different house. Because I thought it was going to be that one I've already fucking seen. Where, like, the one... Oh, my God!
So... This
okay, wait,
house...
did you see the one where, like, the house was just such a fucking train wreck? Where it was, like, there's a carpeted bathroom?
Oh.
Or there was, like, 6 bathtubs, and there was, like, one in, like... There was 0 in the bathroom, but, like, 3 in each bedroom or something?
That's super weird. No, this is a big $2 million mansion that is just to the brim... Filled with Christmas shit.
Now, it's $2.2 million.
Yeah.
Do I get all the Christmas stuff?
This is a fucking nightmare. You gotta look this up. It's number 1 River's Edge Drive in Colts Neck, New Jersey. You gotta look at this. It is so fucking wild. Oh my god.
See, I like the walls and everything else there.
Okay, granite tiled walls in the bathroom, fucking bright pink sink and toilet.
Also, they look ancient. Is that a giant L couch?
Yep.
It's a giant leather L couch. That bedroom is packed.
This is like a nightmare.
Yeah, okay. I'm on this fucking Facebook group called Things Designed by People Who Don't Have to Clean Them, and that fucking sink would belong there. Because you know how easy it is to clean a sink when it's just like, you take the cloth and you just done? But that's like ridges. It's like...
Oh my god. Yeah.
Literally, if you just remove all the Christmas shit, this just looks like a standard old mansion.
This is just a classic mansion. But
there's just Christmas shit.
It's not
everywhere.
even just the Christmas shit. It's like all of the furniture is ancient.
That also, it's ancient and shiny.
And like kind of ugly.
There's the fucking TV there.
Yeah.
That island is stupid.
Yeah, it's a dumb shape.
Actually, you know what?
You have so much room for a bigger one.
Yeah. It's a dumb, It's a hexagon island.
This is just a crazy house.
Yeah.
You got to check this out. Maybe I'll throw the link. I'll throw the link in the description of this episode.
That was too much granite.
Yeah, well, it's just like fuck. It's first of all, it's like a big fuck you money house, but like fuck you money with terrible taste.
Like, this is one of those houses that will never sell, and the bank will foreclose on it when they die.
Yeah, somebody.
Was wait, go back. There was a weight room.
Hold on. Somebody was like, the fucking value of the home or whatever, like. Over the years, it has not increased in value. It's like stayed the same. Where's the workout room? Oh my god. It's so ugly.
Yeah. It's just so much shit. Oh,
sauna.
Sauna.
That's cool. We were both like, that's fine. That's good to have.
Even the workout room, I was
why
excited
is it
for.
there though?
The sauna. Okay, the sauna's in the center of the workout room. This place is awful.
Why even paint this room?
Yeah.
This
is the water heater.
The water heater.
And the water heater and
like
furnace.
some of the other, like the furnace and all that shit. In the basement, they have these like bright red painted walls with like pink tiled floor.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that pool's even a weird
Think that's
shape.
a hot tub up there?
Oh, that's a hot tub for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and I think the hot tub has like a little water fountain into the
yeah.
pool. Oh, and there's a water. It's a weird pool shape. This is a pool you'd get a pool boy for because there's no fucking way you want to clean
There's
this
like a grotto
every week. Ooh, the grotto. You know what goes down in the grotto? Literally nothing. Oh no, there wasn't.
No, it's just a little like water feature.
Yeah. What the fuck is up with the shallow end? It's got like
the tile underneath is like kind of sand colored.
It's
like a beach.
Yeah, it's like a walk-in.
Yo, that's actually kind of cool.
It kind of, except I know how pools are. So I'm going to say is painted concrete then underneath.
Almost certainly, yeah.
Because to have a liner do that is almost impossible. Because it ends in a jagged thing. It doesn't like go like straight in. It's jagged.
Yeah.
So it's painted. Kind of a cool concept for a huge pool.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
This is a weird choice house.
Yeah.
I like an outdoor
This looks
fireplace.
like
this is gorgeous.
Fucking
This is
resort.
just actually really nice.
This looks like a small version of like a resort down south.
Yeah. Yeah, the outside of this home is very nice and will trick you. But trust me, when you click like the 5th picture in, which is like the actual interior.
Yeah.
Because the outside, you're like, yeah, it's just a mansion, Nathan. What the fuck are you talking about?
I hate how their garden is so barren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got? Price and tax history. So listed for 2.1 mil. It was listed in 2008 for 1.8 mil. Sold in 1999 for 310 grand.
Yeah. Wait. Go back up?
Yeah.
No, to 1999. It said something else.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. I have a dictionary of numbers on.
It was, upper income family.
Yeah. Cost of raising a child to 17 for an upper income family.
Oh, okay.
310,000. 756,900 is the amount of flowers, is the cost of the flowers at Prince William's wedding.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So someone bought, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. In 1997, it was sold for 3.1 mil. And then in 1999, it was sold for 750,000. And then in 1999, 6 months later, it was sold for 310,000.
This is a cursed home.
This is a cursed home.
There's a ghost in this house.
There's like at least 2.
There's some ghosts in this house.
Yeah. How do you sell a fucking mansion for 310 grand?
How do you fucking buy it for 3.1 and then sell it for 2.4 less?
Yeah.
That's a man who didn't want the home anymore or foreclosed on.
Yeah, they're probably foreclosed on.
Yeah. Don't buy a house that big.
Yeah.
In no fucking universe.
Property taxes are ridiculous.
Unless you were like buying a house, like if you know how like Bam Margera.
Hold on. If you can buy that house cash, buy it cash.
Actually, so Bam Margera. Did you watch People of Bam as a kid?
No, I didn't watch any of his shit.
Okay, so the first season is entirely in his parents' house, and he goes wild at the end of the first season and fucking creates like this giant circus party while they're on vacation. And of course, it's Bam Margera, so he sets it up so that they come back in the middle of it. So they fucking like destroy their house.
It's a TV show.
Yeah, no, it's a TV show that is like has this implication that this is just like a more extreme version of what he already did. Because if you watch back and watch like CKY, which is like which CKY was his demo tapes, pretty much, or it was Element picked him out of the crowd because he was like this 14-year-old kid who he was sending his demo tapes, but he was sending them with the bales and with the fun shit they would do while they were skateboarding. It wasn't just like, look at me, I did this sick trick. It would be like, look at me, I did all these fuck-ups, and then I hit it. It like shows the satisfaction, or it's like, wow, look, I was trying to go, and my friend whipped a tennis ball at my nuts, but then I got back up and still did the trick, and then I punched him in the face. Because they were like, wow, this kid's punk. So he made a whole career off of that.
Yeah.
And then now he went sad. Now he's getting better. But at the end of season 1, destroys the house. Season 2, the first episode is them looking for a new house. So they find this like 6-bedroom home in Westchester, like about like 30 minutes away from his parents' house. It's got like this acres upon acres of land, but it has a turret. Like, you know, like the medieval ones.
Like a castle turret.
Yeah. So he bought it because of that, and then he tricked out his whole fucking house. But he bought a house that big is because he invited all of his friends to move in as well. They didn't actually like live there, but when they were filming the show, they would stay there. I think Ryan Dunn did live there for a long time. But like, you know. That's the only reason why you buy a fucking mansion when you're young and you have a lot of money, is to have all your friends come live with you.
Well, Ian, what they call that now is a hype house.
Oh. Yeah, but hype houses are dumb because they're made to the kid. None of those kids own the house. They have like a parent, like the richest parent, sign like a lease on the home for them and their friends to live with, and then they take TikTok revenue, or a company does it. Like a company takes, because I think the first hype house was just orchestrated by a company. Because hype houses is like the new attempt at boy band shit.
Well, I mostly mean like also streaming houses and stuff like that.
Streaming houses I respect a little more because they're usually people in like,
I don't know, man.
Because like
making TikToks.
Hype houses are like 17-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I think the funniest one is the hype house that nobody wants.
Is that the one where it's like a fucking... They bought like a porn house?
Yeah, I think they got evicted from... No, okay. They got a really nice house, and then they got evicted.
Why'd they get evicted?
Because they were doing stupid shit.
You can't get evicted if you own a house.
They didn't buy
had
it.
to rent.
No, it was a lease.
Oh.
They also leased the other place. But they went to the other one, and when they showed off the house, people were like, I feel like I've seen this house before. And there was like a stripper pole in like one of the bedrooms, and they're just like, what are you talking about? And they're just like acting all like that there's nothing. It's like, look at this bathtub. I bet you could fit like 10 people in here. Oh, we might need a lifeguard for our beach. Because I think it was that house.
Yeah.
Where they fucking filmed that famous Lisa Ann one.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, those guys are just very much like, they're like the kids who they're like definitely like popular, but they're not as popular as like the kids in the hype house. Like they're the ones that are actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
But the hype house kids are just like dancing in the mirror.
Yeah.
Doing thirst traps, but I'm looking all dark and edgy, but it's like, bro, you're like 17. If you went to throw hands at me, you would be doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we all just want to be big rock stars and live in hilltop houses driving 15 cars.
Fuck. Have you ever heard the fucking thing
the
with
girls
21
come
Savage?
easy and the
I know
drugs
you're
come
talking.
cheap.
I'm trying to make a. Have you ever seen the thing with like Rockstar by Post Malone and 21 Savage, where it's
put
like
Nickelback Rockstar?
Why is Savage? Why you got a 12 car garage when you only got 15 cars? Because we all just want to be big rock stars.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking Nickelback apologist.
I think
everybody who says Nickelback sucks doesn't actually believe it. They just say it because other people say it.
Do you ever fucking? I think you know what, Blake might have told the story when he was on the podcast.
Yeah.
But that was a whole year ago about how him and like Ryan were getting drunk every night, like jamming out to Nickelback.
Yeah.
Or maybe Dan was coming over and they were doing that, and their roommate in the basement at the time was going like, "Shut the fuck up." Because they were like listening to it very loudly.
Yeah. And
then whenever I would go over, that Ryan would come down to like go grab his pizza that he ordered all the time. And we'd just be getting drunk in the mudroom, and Ryan would walk in and be like, "Oh, look what's on again. Pop." Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, hype houses are made for the kids inside to make things. I'm talking like content. I'm talking like someone being rich, and just being like, I bought a bit like I won the lottery or something, or I'm a famous actor, or you know, some shit.
Oh, so you think like there should be like a pussy posse again?
No, you're one friend, and then they just buy a house, and like all of my friends can come just live here, and I'll like that sort of shit. Not like come work here and be funny YouTube men.
I see. Mm-hmm. But
or like, and also like the streamer houses are just like they don't really, they're there to make their own content.
Yeah.
Except for, what is it? I don't know, the house Michael Reeves lives in with like
offline TV.
Yeah, offline, because they do stuff.
They do together stuff. Yeah.
Oh, theirs isn't bad.
I like them. I've been watching a lot of Saikuno because I found him through Corpse.
Yeah,
I think he's cool.
Pokimane is like the one, like,
she's Canadian.
Yeah, but she's also like the one that, like, she was like the one people would meme about, like, that's the titty streamer. But then I would go watch Pokimane and be like, I don't.
She's normal.
She's funny.
She's just a woman.
She's entertaining.
She's literally just a woman.
Like Saint Peach.
And like, again, even if somebody's a titty streamer, that's
Pokimane
fine.
is there to play games. She just happens to be hot.
Yeah.
Titty streamers are hot, and they're using games to take
as
an
a
audience.
vehicle for hotness.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's fine too.
Hey man, if you want to,
takes effort to be hot, dude.
Yeah, if you don't be mad at them for
being hotter than you little bitch.
Because it's dudes who get mad at that stuff.
Yeah,
don't be mad at her or at a woman because they happen to be like able to garner this audience. Be mad at the dudes who are so sad. They're like, I just want to feel like I'm playing with a real gamer girl.
It's not even sad. Like, people sub to those people because they like attractiveness. It's not even lonely. It's just sometimes like, whatever.
Like,
some people are like that,
yeah.
but you're never gonna fucking stop them. They're gonna thirst over whoever they want.
Yeah.
They're gonna be that guy who tries to shoot Ronald Reagan to appease Jodie Foster from Taxi Driver.
A 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't someone shoot John Lennon for the same reason?
No, he shot John Lennon because he read Catcher in the Rye, and John Lennon's a phony.
Well, he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Who the fuck was I? I'm friends with like one of my old English teachers from high school.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook friends. So I saw something he posted. He's one of those dudes who just thinks that he doesn't think books should be banned. He said if you go into a library and there's not a single book there that could possibly offend you, you're in an incomplete library.
Yeah.
Like, what's so bad about Catcher in the Rye? Do they say the N-word?
I don't think so. I think
Which is the book that they were like, they don't like it because the guy says the N-word?
Maybe it's Catcher in the Rye. I haven't read it in a long time.
I think Catcher.
Oh no, wait. Like, there's a character named
N-word Jim. Is that Catcher in the Gym?
No,
Catcher in the
Rye. No, that's from Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer.
Or Huckleberry Finn or whatever.
I don't know. Is that whatever? Don't ban literature.
Yeah.
Unless even like Mein Kampf.
By the way,
have a
yeah. I mean, again, that's in the public domain. But there's stuff where maybe you shouldn't have it because like it's irresponsible to support the person who wrote it if they're still alive.
But what if it's you don't get writers don't get money to check a book out of a library.
Well, libraries have to buy a copy of the book.
So maybe once those people are dead, when do books go into the public domain?
Well, like, books are part of all copyright, so until Disney stops trying to get the government to make it last longer.
Oh, okay.
But it's like 50 years after the death of the author, usually. Maybe more. That's 75 now, I think.
Fuck Disney.
Yeah. Well, in the 80s, they sent Mickey Mouse to the fucking White House to be like, yeah, copyright's extended, because otherwise Mickey Mouse would have gone public domain.
Because Walt Disney was dead.
Yeah.
So even if, like, it should be the company that created them.
Right, but the problem is companies can't die.
Yeah.
So, like, Superman's an 80-year-old character.
Uh-huh. And Jack Kirby was the other one.
Jack Kirby's the other one. Simon and...
Schuster.
No. Joe, Simon, and Jerry Siegel.
Yeah, and they didn't get any money.
No, they did. They turned out okay.
Who was the ones who lost everything? Or like they
Bill
never
Finger.
got... What did he do?
Because it used to be artists got all the credit and money.
Uh-huh.
And so, like...
Now it's the writers get all the credit and money.
Yeah. But it was... I
think they deserve
Bob
equal
Kane.
credit.
Bob Kane came up with the concept of a character named Batman. And what he drew was a blonde man in a domino mask with bat wings in a red fucking jumpsuit. And then Bill Finger said, no, wait, how about we make it about a rich guy who wears an outfit that's black and gray and has a yellow symbol of a bat, and like, is this guy Bruce Wayne, and like is a billionaire, and blah blah blah.
So he actually
Bill Finger wrote it and redesigned the character, but Bob Kane got all the fucking credit and money, and then Bill Finger died penniless.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. So anyways,
yeah,
I think we're done with the news.
Yeah, that's all the news.
Yeah. Well, we could just pass over the video games like awards really quickly. Hades for everything. That's all, folks.
Yeah.
I think The Last of Us 2 will probably win.
Yeah.
For best game of the year. I really don't want it to. I'd literally rather have anything else on that list except for Animal Crossing, because Animal Crossing really does not deserve it.
Yeah, Animal Crossing doesn't deserve it. I don't know. Neither of us have played Last of Us 2, so we don't really.
Yeah, I know. I haven't, but
I just think good.
I just think it's
the first one won.
Yeah, that's fine. The first one was good and everyone loved it, but the second one
a lot more controversial.
I think
it
the
probably
second one
won't because it comes down to a vote.
I think. I don't think it does.
No.
No, they have like They have like a thing where it's like they have an academy sort of thing.
Yeah.
That actually picks the winner, and then they have like a viewer's choice one.
Yeah. No. There's a public vote and academy vote, but academy vote's just way more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the academy, what I'm saying is, I didn't see a single person who works in games journalism, or at like a video game studio, that wasn't like. No, they all loved The Last of Us 2.
Sure, you're right, but they could also have liked fucking Ghost of Tsushima or Hades or whatever more.
Yeah, I just don't think it is. I think they would all probably choose The Last of Us 2 over.
I wonder what Kojima would think, because I don't think because he's part.
I don't think Kojima has played a single game this year.
No, he's the biggest name on that fucking list.
Really?
He's like that's why he's at all the fucking Game Awards. Him and Jeff Keighley are boys, dude.
I feel like didn't Kojima like write like a really long? It was maybe it was Kojima or Kamiya. No, You know what? It was Yakuza Man.
Oh, Nagoshi.
He wrote like a long thing about about how much he liked Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
because he was like, it's fucking cool that people who aren't from Japan can make this game that's like so accurate and so cool and like so in touch with like what people in Japan would like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's a sick game.
It is a sick game.
Yeah, I gotta play it again. Yeah. Well, because on PS mode. Apparently
on PS5, if you put it in resolution mode, it's still 60. It's 4K 60.
But it's like one of those games where it's like it just came out too early.
Yeah.
It was might have well just been a PS5 game. Yeah. Yeah, so...
Well, and, like, even on PS4, the loading times on that game are short as fuck.
It was a very fast game. Yeah, you played on an old PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went over...
Sucker Punch is the goddamn best developer at Sony, and I'm sick of pretending that they're not.
You're right. Because they made They made this...
Infamous 1, 2, 3, fucking Sly Cooper.
And Infamous Second Son. They did Second Son, right?
Yep.
Okay, just want to make sure it stayed in the family.
Yeah.
That game also great. Yeah. Smooth as fuck. Considering all the...
That was the first PS4 game. And Ghost of Tsushima was the first PS5 game.
Yeah, but like, for being a first PS4 game, I played that game also on a base PS4. Not on my PS4 Pro. And I...
Well, because it came out in 2014.
Yeah.
It was pre-PS4 Pro.
And I got a PS4 before... I got both within the fucking life cycle.
Yeah.
I fucking... Like, playing through that game, you have all those powers where it's like, look at all these... fucking post-processing bullshit going on, and I'm like, how is my shit not lagging? Like, that was my... Because I had my PC and shit, so it's like, yeah, I know what next-gen games were, but then fucking playing it on a console and going like, I can't believe even the consoles can do this now.
Yeah, because, like, Naughty Dog definitely were the group that, like, figured out the weird shit of the PS3 the most, because they constantly delivered games that, like, went above and beyond what you think the fucking console was capable of.
Yeah.
Like, Last of Us, the only reason that game looked so good and had no pop-in issues is because of the textures and the character models are loading as two separate games on the console.
Yeah.
That's how they got around pop-in for
Naughty
Last of Us 1.
Dog's a very cool company. Just sucks who's running it now.
Yeah, it's just like they lost their entire old guard during Uncharted 4, and they've kind of never...
And Uncharted 4 did still end up being a good game. Like, I'll give Neil Druckmann that. And Last of Us 2, I do kind of enjoy.
It's surely a high quality game. Everybody I know who's played it says it's a high quality game that's well made.
I haven't played it. I've heard enough people talk about it though. I just feel like if there wasn't that final section at the end, where like the big drawn out slugfest between Ellie and Abby, I think the game would have been better. Like if it was just actually like their story's over, she's at the farm and she just stays there.
Yeah, I just think, some things just don't need to be franchises.
Yeah, that too. There was no reason to have a Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
I think Ellie being the main character was also like why.
Good choice. That's a good choice.
It's good. Yeah, it's better than it just being Joel again.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it should have been an anthology. It should have just been somebody else in some.
There's tons of. I think fucking Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or whatever the fuck, Horizon Forbidden West or whatever.
Yeah.
That should. I don't think Aloy should be there at all.
Well, she's more of a main character. Like she's super important to the world.
Yeah, but she's super important to the world. But even after playing through the first game and knowing everything, like she's actually this thing. I was like, I still think that I could go have a Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and it's like about a completely different area. Because like I think Fallout's cool because it's an anthology.
Yeah,
like Fallout. I didn't play 1 and 2, obviously, because I wasn't. I think
big of a nerd. 1 and 2 are.
They're also anthology ones.
Yeah, I think they're semi-related though. I think there's some level
stuff
of crossover.
In them. Like there's, I think like there's like a character's parents in Fallout 3 that you actually meet and you can kill, and her parents are dead. Because also the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout 1 and 2 are fucking evil.
Yeah.
But then in 3 they were like, but the power armor looks so cool.
Well, because
let's create the Enclave to be the villains. And then in New Vegas, they were like,
the Brotherhood,
the Enclave aren't all that bad.
Yeah,
because we also made their armor look cool.
Yeah. Well, the Brotherhood of Steel are just the cops.
Much more militaristic cops.
Yeah,
like
they're the cop me.
Well, cops are politics, but like the cops in the Brotherhood of Steel are like, yeah, you have technology that we think we should have, and they're like, well, we'll either pay you a meager amount for it or we'll
kill you.
No, they won't. In Fallout 1 and 2 it was like they would kill you. They wouldn't even try and pay you. They'd be like, give it to us or die. And then in 3 they were like, we'll pay you or we'll forcefully take it and probably destroy a bunch of shit. But yeah, the Brotherhood sucks.
Then in Fallout 4, you just get the power armor because it's cool.
Yeah. They tried to remove the power armor as being like a Brotherhood thing, but then it still is.
Yeah.
And also the power armor was kind of fucking shit. I didn't like it.
Yeah. I've still never touched much of a Fallout game at all.
Yeah, well, if you're going to touch one, touch New Vegas, and that's about it.
I did. That's the
one
I
you
touched.
Didn't like it.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's that I don't like the gameplay.
Like any aspect of it at all?
Yeah, it's like there's too much. It's just like I don't like that kind of RPG. Like I'm a fucking JRPG guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't like the first person, the slow movement. Like I'd rather have like a third person thing. I'd probably enjoy Fallout 1 and 2 more because
those are classic RPGs.
It's turn based. It's like there's like stuff that I can enjoy more about it.
Yeah,
like,
and also there was like you like classic Fallout's more like a tabletop board game.
Yeah,
because there's things you're like your charisma and your other shit, your intelligence can get you through the game in Fallout 3 as well.
Yeah,
but there's still like random encounters that's just like you can't really do that with. But in Fallout 1 and 2, it was like you can literally meet the final boss of the game and just convince it to kill itself.
Yeah. It's more like a D&D type sitch. Oh. I think they did do a Fallout role-playing game. Tabletop role-playing game. I bet it's fun. I know they did a board game,
Fallout's,
which is like just okay.
I think is very cool. I just think in Bethesda's hands, it's like has dropped the whole, because what was it? Fallout 1 and 2 are pretty much stories about how the vault system is actually totally fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's very bad. And then Fallout 3, it was like, this vault that we're from is amazing. It's just that we wanted to leave. Yeah, it's just that your dad left, even though he wasn't an original person who was born in the vault. He came from outside. And then when you leave, that puts it all to shit. And it starts like a mini civil war, and a bunch of people die. And then you go back, and your girlfriend is like, you killed my dad, fuckface. and then she becomes the new overseer, and it's like it's just gonna go back to how it was. But then in Fallout New Vegas, there's
a lot of vaults and they're all fucked up.
Well, there's one that's not as bad. Like they all came out pretty fine.
There's the one where they're all the one guy.
I can't remember. I think that one is like they all died. Or no, I don't know.
It's New Vegas.
I know. I went through all the vaults, but a lot of the ones other than the Boomer vault, pretty much they're all dead. Like every other vault.
Yeah.
There's one where like they evolved into crazy plant people, and like the plants around them they were like cultivating got radiated and turned into plant beings and started to kill them, and then they turned into plant beings.
Yeah.
But then like you just go like, wow, this is a crazy area, and then as you're going through and like reading the logs, it's like, oh, once again it was the vault's mismanagement and like their shitty
Oh, there's the one where it was they had to vote somebody out every time. Yeah. And it was like the refusal to do it's the win, but it was when they had like 8 people left or something, right?
Yeah, they were fucked up.
Yeah.
So the weird thing about the whole purpose of the vaults was to survive in them until you could go back above ground.
Well, no, that wasn't the purpose of them.
That was like the selling point.
That was the advertisement.
Yeah, except then you went in and they were like, how will you know when it's good outside? Who knows?
Who knows? Also, why don't we just illegally do experiments on you?
Yeah, well, there's no government left to enforce it, so...
Yeah.
But then, like, there was, like, vault's meant for, like, the rich people in the government turned out
apparently,
fine.
if you want to play a Fallout that's, like, a real Fallout, other than, like, it's, like, more of a classic one...
Yeah.
You should check out the Wasteland games, because Wasteland 1, the actual original Wasteland 1... was like effectively the first Fallout, but they couldn't make a Wasteland 2 because the publisher owned it, so then they just made Fallout, which is like,
oh, okay,
they did their own ripoff of their own game,
like Oracle of Seasons or whatever the fuck it's called now.
Huh?
Stories of Seasons.
Yeah. They did a ripoff of their own game with Fallout 1 and 2, but then like they went back and managed to do like Wasteland 2, and then Wasteland 3 came out this year. Those are more like old Fallout.
Yeah.
Also, do you know what game's fucking great, just completely out of nowhere? Fucking Crusader Kings 3. That game's great. I just wish it played good on my fucking TV computer.
Some Game Rant claims that their source is some insider that Silent Hill PS5 exclusive will have a thing at the Game Awards.
Now I gotta fucking stream that bitch.
Yeah.
Because there's been multiple rumors about this Silent Hill PS5. And there's a Silent Hill reference in fucking Astro's Playroom. Right, Ian?
I didn't play Astro's Playroom still.
You should. It's short. I platinumed it.
Oh, God of War. I'm just not going to stop looking at Twitter. God of War has the same thing as The Last Guardian.
What?
If you want to play it at 1080p 60 FPS on PS5, you have to have a disc version and not patch it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I guess Sony Santa Monica's just busy enough that they didn't put out a PS5 patch.
Oh, because it just tries to go to 4K.
I guess they probably had like a fucking problem. It might have been like The Last Guardian, but just not as bad. Yeah. Where there are like day one patch set it to 30 FPS. So if you try and get it digitally, you're always gonna get that day one patch.
Yeah.
So. Anyways.
Astro's Playroom. I just mentioned it.
Oh, you platinumed it.
I platinumed it, baby.
Did you actually do a third thing? Because Nathan's list just says a third thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the same stuff I did last week.
How straightforward is that platinum?
Really easy.
You just play through the game?
So you play through the game, you get all the collectibles, you do a small handful of things, but they're like you can always go back into a level, no problem. So like you can just easily repeat the thing that you missed.
Clean.
Yeah, and then like, yeah. Oh, and you got to do the time trials. You got to get under a certain time.
Okay.
But Astro's Playroom, for a fucking free game, is so good. I know I mentioned this last time. It's up there with Wii Sports. It's really fucking good. It's full of references. It's the platforming super solid. It's very visually nice. It shows off what that fucking controller can do in a really cool way.
Yeah, not a lot of other games really.
I know, like that. Demon's Souls kind of does, but like
Demon's Souls has a really good one, and I'll get to that on my week.
Sick. Apparently COD's really good at it too.
Yeah, it has like the whole fucking like trigger feedback and
Yeah,
shit.
if a gun, the heavier a gun is, the harder it is to aim.
Yeah. And also like when you start to fire,
Yeah,
it'll click back.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like Call of Duty Cold War is actually a really good game.
Yeah.
Like, of course, an annualized franchise is like, oh, it's probably just the same as the last one. Nah, this game feels so much better than Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Like, granted, I just played the beta for Modern Warfare, but like, because I didn't want to.
Well, it's a Treyarch one. The Treyarch ones are usually better now.
Yeah, they are. The game just feels really good.
Yeah, it's just too bad the story.
What?
The story mode of the game.
I didn't play it. I bought it for the multiplayer. I bought it for like multiplayer and zombies.
The story mode is like, do you know who's a great, good, morally good person?
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
You know who's a bad guy? That Gorbachev guy.
The fucking foreigners.
Who's so fucking...
You should do CIA crimes to foreigners.
Did you see that video where just like the guy was in like one of those like RP sections where it's like, you're a soldier, meet in the room with Ronald Reagan and Gorbachev, and the guy just starts like on the feet going like, like next to Mr. Gorbachev. I think it's Gorbachev, but I always read it as Gorbachev.
I think it's Gorbachev.
It doesn't matter. It's not a real name.
Yeah, it is.
Nah, it's not English.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall.
It's not an English name, so I don't care.
It's like German or something.
It's Russian.
Oh.
Actually, no, I think it is German.
Yeah, because
he says tear down that wall.
Tear down the wall, the Berlin Wall.
Yeah. Was Reagan president during the Cold War?
He was one of them.
You know, I always thought it was...
You know the Cold War went from, like, the 50s to the 90s, right?
To the 90s?
Yeah,
I thought
like
it would stop at Vietnam.
No!
Oh. When did Vietnam happen? 70s?
Yeah, 60s, 70s.
Okay, and what's his face? Kennedy was president during the 70s.
Yeah, and Nixon. But the tear down this wall was in, like, 1992.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So the end of the Cold War was like when they tore down the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
Man, I just didn't know that. That's like very... I know that's world history, but it feels very like American to me.
Canada was involved. Like,
yeah, hardly.
We just didn't get involved in Vietnam because we're not losers.
I know about...
We don't like losing wars here in Canada.
You know what I hate?
What?
That modern history is like 250 years old. And I'm like, no, it's like it's anything past World War II.
Yeah.
So I know super modern history, which is things that happened up to a few years before, like probably 1990 to now.
You basically know most things that happened since you were born.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know the Cold War ended 2 years before you were born.
3 years. You said 92.
92, 93 was when the Cold War ended.
Yeah. Man. I'm gonna fuck with when my nephew's like older and like actually in school. I'm just gonna be like, yeah. They're gonna be like, if he ever says like, yeah, Vietnam, I'll be like, oh yeah, I was there. Despite the fact that for
Canada
me to
was
be
not
there
in Vietnam.
I know, but also for me to be there, I'd have to be in for when that kid would be in school old enough. That would be 10 years from now.
Yeah, at least
I would have to be 60.
Yeah, you would have had to be 60, and you'd be 35.
Yeah. Bummer. Whatever. In 10 years, I'll be like my brother's age when he had the kids. So
yeah.
No. Maybe. Yeah, 10 years, because the kid's like 3. Yeah. But
yeah, Astro's Playroom.
Cool game.
Highly recommend it. It's super cool. But there is a Silent Hill reference.
Yeah.
Like there's...
I know, I saw it.
Pyramid Head Dragon a Body. There's Resident Evil, Devil May Cry. There's a Castlevania reference with Alucard in a fucking coffin, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what?
I'm open up Twitter again, and it's someone cleaning this SpongeBob pillow.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau getting ready to become the prime minister.
Yep.
Oh man, I gotta start actually, since we have an election coming up soon.
Next year, baby.
Yeah, I gotta actually read up.
Read up.
I kind of wish there was term limits because I don't want to vote for Trudeau again.
I'm not voting for... I've never voted for the man, and I will not.
I don't think I voted for him last. I don't know. It depends on... more or less, I got to do research on if Aaron O'Toole is cool or not. I'm not going to vote for him.
Is it the Green Party?
No, he's the new Blue Party, new conservative leader. But like, you know how Andrew Scheer was like very blatantly
the worst,
like
just the worst person in the world.
Oh, I was raised on a modest income of $120,000 in my Toronto townhouse. Actually, I think he said Toronto, but I think it said he's
from Alberta, isn't he?
Is he? Then it was Calgary.
Yeah.
But $120,000 a year in Calgary. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's fuck you money.
That's I live in the suburbs in Toronto money.
I'm so glad we can talk about this because we're
this
not
is
allowed
Canadian
to talk
politics.
about American politics.
No, but if Aaron O'Toole's more of a moderate,
yeah,
like if it's like he doesn't have connections to right-wing racists,
people. Yep.
Then I'd probably vote for who I actually want to vote for all the time, which is Jagmeet.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't love that the NDP fucking kowtowed to the Liberals due to like the thing that recently happened.
The
I think
SNC?
that sucked. Yeah, like the
that's
fucking
been going on like his whole fucking term.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I can't.
No, but like they
about?
basically Trudeau threatened that if they fucking do an investigation on the corruption, that he'll just force an election, and so like
Trudeau would force an election.
Yeah.
Why would he do that?
Because he can.
No, but him forcing an election for them to try and do a thing, then what if he just lost?
Then he would.
Matter.
Yeah. But it's a threat to everybody else because, like, we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic, right?
We have mail-in voting here.
Yeah. But, like, he was like, I'll just force an election and basically make you all spend money and time doing all this other bullshit.
Also, what's nice about voting here, though,
yeah,
is that they assign you where you go vote.
Yep.
You have to go to that place to make it easier on yourself.
Yep.
And I don't know, every single time I've had to vote, I literally just fucking walk in.
Yeah, I've had some long lines, but nothing like crazy.
Well, it's like the local school near me.
Yeah.
Which I think that, yeah, it's going to change for the next election because I won't be at this house next year.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, it's going to be at the other one. And that's a busier neighborhood, so.
Aren't you moving like another street down?
No, I'm moving across town this time.
Oh, shit.
I'm moving closer to Emma.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah. So.
Be closer to me, too.
That's like 2 weeks from now.
But
actually, it's like almost exactly 2 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah.
No movers for you because lockdown.
No, you're going to come. Come on. Just wear a mask the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what I have to do anyways.
I'll fucking throw a mask on and some gloves and help you out.
I was going to actually go steal a bunch of gloves from work because they got like, we have these gloves.
Good ones?
They're meant to like not cut your hands. So when you're carrying shit where it's like sharp edges at the bottom, it's like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Astro's Playroom's really good.
Yeah.
I guess what I wanted to say with that.
Oh, maybe I'll open it. I'll probably get around to it.
Check her out. It's fun.
Well, I just have Yakuza 7 now out of games I have for my PS5. So
yeah, closest thing to fucking Astro's Playroom is the closest you're getting to like a new Ratchet and Clank for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And it's the closest you'll ever get to a new Jack and Daxter.
Oh. You know what's funny to me?
What?
So I've been seeing a lot of Halo Infinite advertisements coming around right now.
Buy the monster cans 8 months before the game comes out.
I bought a big box of like Pizza Pops, and it had like a 2-week Game Pass thing on it.
Oh, actually, that's good.
I can't use it. It's only for people who've never had a Game Pass.
Oh,
yeah,
that's dumb.
And I've also never paid for Game Pass. I've only used trials, but that's because Discord doesn't discriminate.
Yeah,
they're like, please just take these 3 months, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, so Astro's Playroom out of 10?
Well, for a fucking free game, 10.
Okay.
For a free game, 10.
All right. What if you had to pay $20 for it?
8 or 9.
All right, there we go. That's better. That's more what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't say Wii Sports is a fucking 10.
I like this game more, honestly. It's got more personality.
Yeah, it has personality, period.
Yeah.
Wii Sports.
Like, imagine Wii Sports had fucking... Maybe not Mario.
Wii Sports has, like, jank personality. And that's, I think, what we all loved about it. Because it was always so funny. You were, like, fucking, like, 10 or 12, and you're like, let me take the bowling ball and whip it back, but completely let it go. Yeah. So then, like, it just falls back into the waiting area, and everyone goes, oh! And, like, jumps and spins around.
Like, I would say, like... You know, Astrobot, they have a lot of personality, but they're kind of like, they're not super high tier. They're not fucking Sly Cooper, which is the best personality.
Okay, but out of like little tiny toys.
Yeah.
Are they better than Sackboy?
I'm not a Little Big Planet guy. I never really got into those games, so I like the Astrobots more than Sackboy, personally.
Okay. I never liked Sackboy either.
Yeah.
Every time someone was like, "Look at this game! Let's play."
I like
Little Big Planet,"
Sackboy
like,
himself. I think he's fine.
I think whenever they show like, "Oh, look at the other things you can do with Sackboy," I'm like, "Oh, it looks ugly." Sackboy's not that great.
Yeah.
Sackboy by himself is fine, but customizing your sack, nah.
When you can dress him up as Dante, he's fun.
Don't they? All right, cool. So, anyways, I beat Demon Souls this morning.
Oh yeah, sick.
Yeah, Demon Souls. Honestly,
Best Souls.
Yeah.
Best Souls.
Well, okay, probably because I had it's been very easy for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Souls veteran. But FromSoft has not had a unique fucking concept since Demon Souls.
No.
Like
well, Sekiro.
FromSoft in the Souls series,
Yeah.
just Souls, not Bloodborne's pretty unique compared to it.
Yeah.
Has not really had a unique thought.
Yeah.
The first boss is the same as the first boss in Dark Souls 1.
Mm-hmm.
There's the first real boss, because you're meant to die. There's like a tutorial thing leading
Asylum
up to the Nexus.
Demon.
Yeah, but once you die to that, when you die, you go through the Asylum Demon in Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
You go back and you have to beat the Asylum Demon. If you die to I think it's probably still called the Asylum Demon. You just go to the Nexus and that's it. Even on New Game Plus, I didn't have to go there. Like, it's just kind of a tutorial island. Or no, it's an island you're meant to die on. Because I kept facing enemies, but I know the parry timing already. So every single time it was like, here's the big scary guy with this shield. It's like, dead.
So on the second time you're going there, you
no,
just
it was the first time.
Crush it. Oh yeah.
When on my next character, I'll probably just crush it.
Oh.
Because I died on the boss. Because I literally had enough health to just one shot out.
Damn.
So, first boss, it's this like slime boss, and you kind of just have to kill the slimes till you get to the core. That's referenced in Dark Souls as like a minor enemy. There's so many things where I'm like, this is either much cooler than everything they tried to do later on,
Yeah.
or exactly the same as what they tried to do. But I think my favorite thing they've done, they do it a lot more in this one, is bosses where you fight them and you have to get them you have to condition them into falling down.
Oh.
So there's the first boss you come across that you can do that with is called the Tower Knight. And people were like, oh, that's where the Souls begins. I got that fucking like message on the floor like 20 times.
What?
This is where Demon Souls begins. And every single time I would beat it in the first shot. Except for Tower Knight, because I was underpowered, but I still understood the concept.
Right.
What you do, because all of the future Souls games, if a guy is taller than you, you beat the shit out of his shins until he dies.
But Tower Knight, you actually have to do something.
You beat the shit out of his shins till he falls over,
Yeah.
and then you stab him in the head till he dies. And you have to do that 1 or 3 times depending on your DPS. But there's just a lot more bosses where it's like, get them into your win condition.
They've got like more gimmicks and stuff.
Yeah. But they're not gimmicks where it's like
not shitty gimmicks.
Oh,
but
look,
like,
there's 30 people in this room and only one of them is the real boss.
Yeah.
But like Tower Knight's so fucking cool. Just everything is really fun. There's one zone that both me and Chris were like, holy shit, I fucking hate this. And like, because when you're outside, there's these like flying manta rays that shoot spears of like crystals down at you. And it just happens, and it takes away like half your health every time. And I'm like, the enemies here are strong. It's the first actual zone that has like traps on the floor. And these assholes are just sniping me from space. And I'm like, please, I just want to die. Yeah, but the bosses in that place were kind of cool. Like, that's also a boss that had a gimmick thing.
Yeah.
It's this dude called the Adjudicator. And you couldn't do any damage to him. You had to make him fall over. He had like an already like damaged sword in his gut, and what you were doing is slashing that until it pushed it deeper inside of him, and then he would fall over and you beat the shit out of his head.
So would you say that Demon Souls, being like a Souls game that runs really well, that looks really nice because it's got that sexy fucking Blue Point PS5 bullshit, and is fun, has more like actual techniques and like more interesting stuff, it's best Souls.
Demon Souls Remake is the best Souls right now. Like, I don't know, maybe Sekiro could be better.
But you're just not.
I don't like Sekiro,
into it.
so but you gotta ask Chris.
Yeah.
I know Chris only likes Dark Souls 1.
He doesn't like 2?
2 sucks. No one likes 2 except for contrarians.
Okay, he doesn't like 3?
3 is just okay. 3 is like, yeah, it's cool, but Dark Souls 1 was still better.
Oh.
3 actually feels like a reference, like just all references to Dark Souls 1. And then Bloodborne's the sickest, but that one's out of the question right now.
Yeah.
So would you say like
Demon Souls? Hold on, would you say Demon Souls or Bloodborne's better?
Oh, Bloodborne.
Bloodborne?
But that's because Bloodborne is a different way of playing. Bloodborne is good if you know how to be fast.
Yeah.
Demon Souls is good if you're like slow and methodical.
So would you? But like
overall, I would say Bloodborne is better.
Better game. Okay.
Yeah, but Demon Souls, I think
very close.
I honestly think you could get into Demon Souls more out of all of these.
Maybe.
Like, I don't know, if Chris has a disc version, maybe borrow it from one time.
Yeah, I might.
Also, let him borrow your Spider-Man because I don't think he has it.
Okay. It's a fair trade.
Yeah. Fuck. But just the game, very cool. I hate their fucking upgrade system because it's Dark Souls 1 and all the other ones. It's like, get a certain amount of this shit. Cool, you can upgrade your weapon. Like, of one thing. Like, from 1 to 5, you need Titanite shards. 5 to 10, you need large Titanite shards. 10 to 14, you need Titanite chunks. And then 1 slab at the end. This one, it's like, what kind of weapon do you want to use? Oh, are you using a strength-based weapon? Go collect only hard stones. And then it's like, yeah, okay, I got it to level 4, which is which in the other ones usually means it's time to start using large hardstone chunks or whatever, or shards. But then it's like, you still need hardstone shards. You still need 8 hardstone shards for every level, but now you need like 3 large ones. And then on the next level, you still need the small ones and the large ones. And then it's like, you keep needing the original pieces to also go up when you need the second tier shit.
So does that make it more or less good?
I think it makes it less good because it just kind of makes it more of a grind. So like, I had to get my weapon to level 10, which throughout all the other Souls games, you can kind of just get there just by progressing through the game. I got to my item thing to level 7, and I had beaten like 10 bosses out of like the 21 bosses. And I was like, up until the second last boss, I was at level 7. And then I was like, I think I'm at the end of the game. I'm going to go get my shit to the max level now. And then I did it, and then I fought one boss, and the game was over.
Now, I do have one question.
Yeah.
Is it better than Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah. Jedi Fallen Order is different, though. Jedi Fallen Order is an action RPG that takes
I've played a lot
Souls.
of Souls games, Soulsborne games. You know, I played Dark Souls 1. I've played Bloodborne. I've played Sekiro.
Not much of these, though.
I've played more than an hour of each. More than an hour.
Yeah.
Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Jedi Fallen Order. I've played a little bit of all of them.
Did you beat Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jedi Fallen Order is the only good one.
That's because it's just takes some aspects of Souls stuff. It doesn't take all of it.
Just takes the good stuff.
Yeah. The fun stuff.
Only the stuff that's fun.
Yeah, but
none of the stuff
it removes a bunch of the challenge.
Yeah.
There was a difficulty system in that game, right?
Yeah, that game's pretty tough. Like, it's got some challenge to it. Like,
yeah. Thought the final fight was cool.
Yeah. It's not even a fight.
Well, but I meant, the final real fight. Against the
that's a good fight.
That bitch, yeah. But, so...
The fucking K2SOs are so hard to fight in that fucking game.
Yeah. Fucking FromSoft needs to up their shit, though, for animations and getting rid of jank, because I think that's what makes Demon Souls, this one, so much easier.
Because it's Blue Point, and
because everything's so
shit.
crisp, and it's like there's like it's all very good. But then I like think of the old Dark Souls games, and it's like bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I remember dying to bullshit so much more than I did in this game, and also There's a poison swamp in every Souls game.
Yeah.
Every Soulsborne game, because there's one in Bloodborne as well.
Yeah.
In this one, I actually put on like the poison resist gear and put on like a ring that gave me poison resistance, and I had no fucking trouble in the entire zone.
That's good.
It was great, because usually they're like, oh no, I gotta go get this ring to run faster. By the way,
guys, Sekiro's the second best after Jedi Fallen Order.
All right. But yeah, they just really got to work on their actual, like, the basics of the game.
Yeah.
Because without the basics, the game gets harder, but unfairly. Yeah. But I think both me and Chris kind of rolled through the game expecting it to be harder. I don't think FromSoft's
going to make another Souls. Elden Ring's their next thing, and I think it's going to be a lot less Soulsy than their other stuff. Yeah. Like, Sekiro was already somewhat of a departure.
Because it had upward momentum.
Well, it had stealth, it had platforming, like, it was like, it had a dedicated jump button.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And Elden Ring looks to be even further of a departure from what we know.
Yeah, also Sekiro is a lot more like, go straight.
Yeah.
Like, go right on through. Like, this is the path you take, where Dark Souls is like, whatever you want.
Yeah, and then Dark Souls is like, but not there, though. Fuck you. You have to learn the hard way every time.
Demon Souls actually has a very interesting way of doing it.
Yeah.
You start the game, you go through, you start in 1-1. And then once you finish 1-1, then you unlock 1 through 5. And you're they want you to do is do boss 1, like go 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1.
Yep.
But you could go 1-1, then 1, then 2-1, then 3-1, then go back. Like, you could just do the first 3 bosses, and you should have enough to go fight like Tower Knight and the rest. So like, I kind of just went through it my own, but it's just kind of interesting to switch between worlds and bosses and shit. So like, say you played through the game and you're like, wow, I really don't like this zone, but I still have this other zone that should be at my level. You just go do that zone first.
Did they add the ice area that it wasn't in the original?
No.
That one's still broken?
Yeah. That's not in the game. I thought that was going to be like where the final area was, but it's not. There's just a broken fucking zone there the whole time.
That was an area that was supposed to be in the original, but got cut.
Yeah, and then they made it a story thing.
Yep.
The NPCs are kind of lacking in this one. Like, they're just kind of there.
Yeah, it is the first one.
Yeah.
Even though it's like the newest
one. There is a guy, though.
There's Patches.
Yeah, Patches is there. I trusted him a lot more this time. I knew he was going to be a dick to me, but I'm like, I know how to deal with him.
Yeah.
And he didn't actually fuck me over that bad this time, and he was a good vendor.
Doesn't he push you down a hole?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Okay, no. There's one where the first time you encounter him, you just run through and a big enemy that's like impossible to kill. Well, takes like an hour to kill.
Yeah. Drops
behind you, and he just says, sorry, buddy, fuck you. And you can kind of just very easily go around and like meet up with him, and he goes like, come on. But then there's a dude, he meets you, he pushes you down a hole, you fight a Black Phantom, which is just a harder enemy.
Yeah.
And then after that, he just kind of sold me good shit back at the home at the Nexus. So whenever I had like an excess of souls, I would just be like, all right, give me the full fucking heal shit. So, he's a lot less useful in the future games. He's a big fucking useless man in Bloodborne. Like, I pretty much kill him every time I see him.
Yeah.
Well, because he's like a Spider-Man in that one. He got his head chopped off and thrown on a spider body, and he pushes you off at one point, and he just puts you in death, pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah. There was a guy. He's like, his quest line goes through from Zone 1. It goes through World 1 all the way till the end. He's the prince of that kingdom. And on your way to fight him, you find him like about to die on the steps, and he's like, here's a key, you can go get Soulbrand, the twin sword of my father's Demon Brand. So I went and did that. That fight was actually hard. The guy only takes like a 20th of damage for a parry, which is normally like instant kill on minor enemies.
Yeah.
So I got that weapon, went back, the guy was dead, and a Black Phantom version of him was there.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to fight it, but he rolled once and got too close to the edge, and I'm like, okay. And I shoved him once, and he fell off, and I'm like, great, I love this game. But then for some fucking reason, there was a guy who helped me once, and I just came up in the area, and he started trying to kill me.
Damn.
But I just was like, very easily ran past him, and then he got stuck behind a dragon's fire. Yeah, Demon Souls, solid 9.
Sick. I also have been playing a lot more of the Pathless. I've beaten like the first few zones. I'm in the last I'm in the tundra wintry area. Pathless is really good. Don't sleep on that game. It's quite good.
Well, I wouldn't. I would break the disc.
It's not on disc.
Yeah,
you don't buy games on disc.
Game.
It's digital.
Well,
you can get a disc. There's a
PS5.
disc version, but yeah.
Yeah.
But it's only like IM8-bit exclusive or whatever.
Oh yeah, I got like one thing from IM8-bit, and they fucking message me like every day, like, "Hey, our first PS5 exclusive." I'm like, you told me about it 5 times now.
Yeah.
Don't need it. Yeah. So what's that game to you?
Pathless. I'm gonna call it. Right now, I'm at an 8. But I haven't beaten the game yet. If it has a really good ending, I could easily see it being bumped up. It's like really good. The music's fucking great.
The gameplay, and the world feel has it at an 8. You just want to see how that story ends.
How's that story end? Because it's very almost story light. It's like there is a guy who like tried to kill, like practically successfully killed all the gods, and he's like the pathfinder, right? And
so you have no path because he.
Yeah, he says so like
you're pathless.
He's like, people prayed to these gods
and they did help
for a path, right? And like they didn't have one because like the world's whatever, it's abstract, it's what you make it. But if they fucking fall under my boot and my heel, I give them a path.
There was a thing actually in Demon Souls when the final boss is like this king character. But you kill him, and then it just says, you get like a voiceover that says, "Oh wow, I can't believe you killed that false version of me." And I'm like, oh no, now the final boss fight's gonna be super hard now. Then you go to the bottom of the Nexus, you see the giant demon that has birthed all the Demon Souls. It's like a giant tree cave.
Yeah.
And then you go in there, and the king's there, but he's like a corpse covered in goo, and he's like swinging his sword at you, trying to kill you. But his whole time he's monologuing about how the humans needed something to like rise up against. So that's why God gave us the demons.
Yeah.
And that was the God being merciful, but the world's fucking destroyed. But then it was really lame, actually. That's like the one thing that keeps the game from being like a 9.5 to me.
Yeah.
Is that the final boss fight, there's no secret final boss. You beat the king in the throne room. You go back to the Nexus, you go down the hole, you walk in, and then it's a health bar shows up, you look at the ground, it's a fucking goo man. Just kill him. And then the maiden in black comes in and just says, "I'm going to go put the old one back to sleep now, you can go." And that's it. And then you get New Game Plus.
But there might be more if you put the world in different states, right?
No.
No?
No. If the game is pure white or pure black, it's different. I don't know how to change character tendency. I think you actually have to invade people. You have to invade, or you have to kill the NPCs in the Nexus. So, I don't want to do that.
Oh.
I probably will, because there's a bunch of fucking filthy priest people. You know, because you always got to do that run where it's like the world's going to be fucked at the end.
Yeah, I mean, the Pathless, by the way, is pro-gods. It's like the gods were good. The God Slayer is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Gods aren't always bad.
Yeah.
Religion bad, God not.
Yeah, the Eagle Mother is good, and like what's interesting is like this clearly, obviously, the biggest influence on Pathless. The biggest influence on the Pathless is like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, it's very obvious. It wears it on its fucking chest.
Everyone fucking was like, "We got
Breath of the Wild." Yeah,
it is.
But obviously, it's by the people who did Journey, so it's by a group that like is actually really good at making games.
Yeah, especially making those like open world walking simulators.
Well, Journey's not open world.
Well, it's like linear, but it's like very.
It's still like you wind up getting in big, pretty open spaces to solve puzzles. And that's what Pathless is. But you wind up finding like people, and like you can kind of like get some lore off of them. Yeah. And it's a very interesting story. The puzzles are fun. The gameplay, like the just getting around the world, is really fun.
You know what always gets me?
Yeah.
With Zelda stuff.
What?
So like at least in Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
The world's been fucked for 100 years. What's it like outside of Hyrule?
Hyrule's the only place in the world, Ian.
No, but it's clearly not, because Termina exists.
But is it, or is it imaginary?
No, it's not.
It's all the stages of grief.
Or what else? There's also the places where Spirit Tracks is and shit.
Spirit Tracks isn't canon.
And Phantom Hourglass. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but that was all part of Hyrule. It's all underwater.
No, those.
Oh no, right, you're right.
Those ones are actually different lands.
But those lands don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
By Breath of the Wild, those places are gone.
They could have
They've uninvented trains, Ian. They've uninvented them.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, we know, is the most takes place the furthest forward in the timeline, and trains no longer exist.
But it actually kind of doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't though, because in terms of where they were, they the Guardians and the Divine Beasts and all that shit.
Yeah.
Are this super advanced technology. They didn't make it, they found it. So someone else made it.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild takes place the furthest forward.
Oh yeah, that's what you were saying.
Yeah. The furthest
so
back.
Trains have existed at some point
existed.
In that one.
They've uninvented them.
Yeah. I don't know.
Man, do you know what Hyrule needs?
What?
A fucking Shinkansen.
You know how fucking fast I could get up Death Mountain?
So fucking fast.
Yeah. I don't know. So it's Pathless.
Pathless is great, though. I like it more than I like Breath of the Wild, but obviously I just don't like how much of that game is based on survival mechanics, because I'm not into those, personally.
I think the only survival mechanic that's actually very, in Breath of the Wild that's unavoidable.
Temperature.
That's, okay.
It'll kill you. It'll literally
kill you.
You're
right. But I think weapons... I think that
breaking.
Temperature I have no issue with, because you can just change the clothes you're wearing.
I didn't... Well, I couldn't find a lot of the winter clothes when I was playing. So
yeah,
I wound up just having to eat fucking hot peppers all the time, and it's just, annoying, and I don't like having to deal with it. It's like a fucking another hoop to jump through. I don't give a shit. Also, I just don't like the puzzles in that game. I think none of them are fun. None of the little whatever they're called are fun.
I like most of them.
I hated them. I don't like the stamina bar, and I don't like the fucking breaking weapons, and I don't even like the combat in general, even if the weapons didn't break.
I just wish the weapons didn't break, and I wish that when I get what you're saying about the warm clothes and shit.
Yeah.
Because you actually can't get them until you get to the fucking spot.
Yeah.
Which is fucking stupid. But another way to get around it is if you just have a flame weapon on your back.
Yeah. Then
you stay heated up.
Yeah, I don't like that game because it's just not a kind of game I like. It's just... I've said this before. I would like it if it didn't do 5 things I didn't like. If it just did one of them, it would be no problem. But it does 5.
Which is the worst one?
Weapons breaking.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Weapons breaking is the worst one.
Yeah, I would really
like... But also, because the combat's not even good. It's just okay.
I disagree with you on that.
It's not even
I
God
get
of War,
what you're saying. Well, what'd you say?
It's not even God of War, and God of War is just okay. Any of them. No God of War is beyond just okay combat.
Because God of War is just taking someone else's combat.
Yeah, when it's the new God of War, it's like Dark Souls with combos.
Yeah.
Oh, when it's old God of War, it's just Devil May Cry for babies.
It's Dark Souls with more hit stun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually also an interesting thing in Demon Souls.
Yeah.
Is normally bosses in Demon Souls are a lot closer to your size than all the other Souls games. So when I'm
isn't that what people hated about too?
What? Is that they're all closer in size to you?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm not thinking of a lot of bosses that are close to your size.
Yeah, in 2, everybody's like, oh, you just fight one knight after another.
There is a lot of knights. There's not a lot of monsters in that one.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single boss that's a monster. But the man-eater, which is a boss you fight. That was actually the real one where it said, "This is Demon Souls." And then I died to it once, but only because I fell off the bridge. I was rolling, and sometimes the monster will pass your camera in a weird way, and then your camera will glitch, but your camera will start to adjust, but your movement doesn't stay with the camera until it hits the place it's adjusting to. It's just a minor bug. So I would roll thinking I'm rolling to the right, but then I'd go back to the left and just fall off the fucking bridge. But yeah, so that's a beast. It's like a manticore on 2 legs.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of them. But I would say that's like, it's still a beast, but it's closer to your size. Because when the monster gets too big, you're just slapping the shit out of its legs. But that one, slap the shit out of its face.
Yeah. What I like about the Pathless is they're like, well, we don't know how to make combat. It's like, well, guess what? There's no combat. Fuck you.
Don't you like shoot a bow at like a giant rampaging fire moose or something?
Well, like so like there are bosses, but I wouldn't really
bosses
say that.
asterisk.
I like. So most of what you use the bow for is to get around places, and most of what you do to bosses are like you get around their attacks and then hit their weak spots, but it's not even really combat. Like
you're trying to like it's combat. Like Shadow of the Colossus combat.
Yeah, like
except your goal with the
it's
boss.
A bow.
Yeah, but you
just have to get around them.
Are you trying to kill them or are you trying to stop them?
Well,
because Shadow of the Colossus, you're trying to kill them.
You're sort of trying to like the bosses are all of the gods that have been like warped by the Godslayer.
They were killed, and then when they resurrected, they kind of look like that fucking thing.
And they're all red and all fucked up. Yeah, and
no, not Spirited Away. Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, and they're all red and fucked up, and then like when you touch them again, they're like good. They become blue and nice.
That fucking thing in Princess Mononoke is so weird.
It's so cool.
It's so cool, but it's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
When its like face just starts going like just like starts transforming. But also cool movie.
I think they were inspired by that.
Everyone was inspired by Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild's inspired by Princess Mononoke.
You're right.
The Koroks being everywhere as like secret little things that you find.
Yep.
The Guardians are just that fucking pig beast at the start of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I had just watched like Princess Mononoke the year they announced Breath of the Wild, and then they also announced Horizon Zero Dawn, and I'm just like, okay, someone else just watched this movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish Breath of the Wild's horse combat was better. Anyways, so Pathless. Sounds fun.
It's a great game. Yeah, 8 or 9 out of 10 right now. Could bump it up to a 10 if the ending's really good. I want to do some... I kind of also am thinking of, like, if not platinuming it, like, at least getting, like, all of the stuff. Because it's really cool.
Yeah. Well, like, what's the platinum need?
Like, I like, it's a bunch of stuff, but it's, like, it's beat the game, it's find all the collectibles, and, like, not all the collectibles. Not really. Because, like, the way the game works is, like, you get to an area, and, like, there are these puzzles that you do to get these, like, metals things, and like then there are towers that you need to activate that use those metals, right? And like when you activate 3 towers, you can fight the boss for the area and then move on to the next area. But there are more metals than there are towers, and so like once you beat the boss, when you go back to where the boss fight was, you'll find there's like a receiver for the metals like that was in every tower, but there's like more slots, and then if you do that, you can get a gift from that god, which like gives you like a special move.
Oh, then I'd always want to get those medals.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love it getting new moves.
Yeah, like one of them.
Except for one of the games.
Well, it's not really a new move, but like,
maybe in addition to a move, an additional effect.
Well, it's like your stamina bar will auto refill is the one that I got.
Nice.
Yeah. So, like, instead of having to shoot the things, like, it'll refill over time as well, which makes boss fights easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to get, like, all this stuff because I think it's really cool. And also, like, the lore is good. And, yeah. Austin Wintory does the score, and he's so fucking good.
Yeah, cool.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
Well, you said you had a third thing. Was that the Pathless?
Yeah, that was the Pathless, but also, like, you know, I read more of Hellboy. Oh, actually, I do have... Actually, I also can't talk about this. 20th Century Boys I read more of, because a new volume of it came out. Again...
Well, okay, I was asking, because I got 2 things.
Okay.
Okay, so I started Yakuza 7 this week.
How is it?
Is great.
Yeah.
It's probably, like, Ichiban is probably the best protagonist.
Better than fucking Kiryu?
Yeah.
Damn.
Because Kiryu is just this man who's just like things come at him and he's just so equipped to handle them.
Yeah.
And like he's too wise. He's already top tier. Kiryu is ready, like, just perfect already.
So what you're saying is, like, Ichiban's like if Akiyama was Kiryu.
Kinda. Because Akiyama is, like, a little bit, like, yeah, he's, like, weathered and know what he's doing, but he's also, like, playing these, like, mind games with people all the time. Ichiban is just this man who's not as fearsome as Kiryu and is just the ultimate himbo. He's so well-meaning, but he's a fucking idiot.
That's great.
There's a part, well, okay, you know how he gets shot and ends up in the homeless compound?
Yeah.
Not going to tell you anything except for the point where he turns around to all the homeless people and says, come on, guys, let's all together get up out of here and let's go to the job center and get some work. And Nanba is just going like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because Ichiban he thinks it's that easy.
Yeah.
He thinks life is a lot easier than it is. And his time with the homeless people is him finding out society just beats down on homeless people.
Yeah.
They can do their best. They can try and come up. They can try and come back to reality. Mm-hmm. But there will always be something ready to just kick their ass right back into their fucking hole. And it's like...
Kiryu had to learn the same lesson.
Kiryu doesn't learn it as well as he does, though.
You mean because it's years later and they managed to write it better the second time?
Yeah. Because the homeless people in this are... Like, the homeless people in Yakuza 1 through 6...
Yeah.
Well, they're not really in 6, but, you know...
They're in Yakuza 0 and 1.
Yeah. Well, but they're kind of just... The homeless people in those ones feel like they're actually homeless. They're the stereotype of homeless, where it's like, why are they homeless? Because they're shitbags. Because they sit around and drink alcohol all the time, and then they go to
I think I think you're not giving Yakuza, especially Yakuza 1, like the credit it deserves. Like, they treat those people like human beings, and they like show that like they're being like the homeless hunter thing, which was a real thing that happened.
But I'm talking
Japan.
about like when and it still does happen.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is they don't really go into why are these people homeless. It's like they're homeless because they don't want to participate in society.
Yeah.
Which is what Yakuza 1, like 0 and 1 kind of play it as.
Yeah.
But in 7, because Nanba is one of your main party members,
it actually has to dive into like who he is as a person.
It's like, why are these... after that whole section, he goes to the job center place, and he finds out, it's not that easy to get work. When you don't have a home address, you're fucked.
Yeah.
When you don't have a cell phone, you're fucked. Like, that's just literally what the game is. So, like, it does kind of say if you put in a little more effort, you probably could make it back. But that's, like, rough for them to do. But also, these two men, the reason why they are homeless is because they're ex-convicts. Like...
So they can't get a job.
Yeah. Well, they can't... It's just harder to get a job, because they do end up getting some jobs. And the first job they get... The second job they get ends up getting them a place to live. And it's really fun. You gotta fucking play this game.
I will.
Like, I know you will, but I just
waiting
wish you would play it now, because I want to just talk about everything.
It's just, again...
I know, because you play games a lot slower than me, so you'll fucking... It might take you until March.
It might wipe my fucking data, and then I'll have to start again, and that'll piss me off, and I won't even finish it.
Yeah.
Like, that's just knowing me.
And it is very long. Yeah. Like, it's a turn-based RPG now.
Yeah, and I love those.
But, like...
I saw a fucking long-time Yakuza fan post on Twitter, like, I don't even want the old ones anymore. This one's so fucking good. Like, the turn-based is so good.
It's very good. I would like a return to the combat at some point.
Yeah.
Like...
Maybe just make that... we've said this before. Maybe make that combat what Judgment is, and then, like, you know, if Ichiban's the main character of Yakuza, make Yakuza...
I don't know how this game ends, obviously, but I could very much see that happening.
Or...
but also, like, there's a whole thing where Nanba says the reason why some of these men are homeless is because they had to run away from their families because of situations the Yakuza put them in.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or, like, because of things that happened to them with the government. Or, like, maybe they broke the law once and it would, like, destroy their whole family by staying there, so they had to leave. So, it's just, like, these people, even if they get, like, if it's the Yakuza situation, even if they get back to start making money and get into a good place, now their records are available and people can find them again, and they will instantly have Yakuza on their ass. And just there's like just so many good story arcs and stuff. you very quickly feel like when there's the first party member you get is this guy named Adachi, and you very quickly find out why he is working, despite the fact that he is a cop. He is very quickly like, work with me, please. I need to do this one thing. And the game's just great.
That's great.
Also, the turn-based combat stuff has, like, action. Like, it's not just turn-based combat.
Yeah.
Enemies, like, walk around and take steps and shit. But say you're playing as one character. You're playing as Ichiban.
Yeah.
You knock a dude on its ass. And the next person who gets to go is Nanba or Adachi. If you just quickly, like, mash through attack and select the person on the ground, they'll do a down attack, which does, like, 1.5 times damage.
Cool.
Instead of it being like, let me just wait for him to stand back up and just do a combo sort of thing. It's like, they'll run over and do a big smash on them on the ground.
Do you want to be super
like
sick?
Kiryu's heat move where he stomps him in the face.
Do you want to be super sick?
Yeah.
Yakuza 8 or whatever, Kiryu's back as like a co-main character next to Ichiban.
Yeah.
Again, I've not played this game. I'm not spoiling anything because I've not played it.
You're saying, what if, hypothetically, Kiryu is to come back?
Yakuza 8, Kiryu
We know
comes back.
Majima inside.
We know Kiryu comes back in this game. That's just,
no, we don't.
It's not a spoiler. It was in a trailer.
It was a spoiler in the trailer, which is
and
the
it's
problem.
not a spoiler anymore.
It's like Virgil coming back in DMC5.
Yeah, but even still, like, you could figure that was going to happen.
Yeah, but if you were an idiot like me, I kind of wish I didn't know.
Sure. I'm saying, so let's say Yakuza 8, Kiryu and Ichiban are both the main character. The fucking chapters where you play as Ichiban, it's turn-based. Chapters where you play as Kiryu, it's regular.
Yeah. They fucking also did describe that they early on in the game they defined why Ichiban fights like this. Like they justified it in the world where he has this like I don't know kohai in like little Yakuza brother where like Ichiban's like 25, this dude's like 21.
Yeah.
And he goes like, "Hey man," like his little fucking bro just says, "Yo, why do you just let them hit you sometimes?" Like, you could have moved, and he's like, that doesn't feel like something a hero would do. Ichiban is deranged.
That's funny.
There's something wrong with him, though, because there's a part where you find a baseball bat with barbed wire wrapped around it.
Yeah.
Stuck in the ground, and you're with Nanba and Adachi, and they both go over and try and pull it out. And they just go like, oh, this is rough. And then Ichiban goes like, watch this. Pulls it out, puts it in the sky. A bolt of lightning comes down and hits it. And then, but then it pulls out. He's just making the pose. And Nanba and Adachi are like, wow, you really got that out. He's like, yeah, well, sometimes it just needs to choose the right person. And then you immediately get into a fight with the bat.
Yeah.
And the guys you're fighting transform into stronger enemies. So while you have the hero job class selected, where you use a metal bat or like some sort of like bat weapon,
yeah,
the enemies you face transform into stronger enemies, or like and more cartoonish. Like if you come across like a drunk dude, he like gets a fucking glass bottle in one hand and like a garbage lid in the other, and his name is the Beer Zerker. Like there's there's a ton of those. The game's just like so imaginative and fun.
That's so good.
But also the way Nanba uses magic is hilarious.
Yeah.
The first move you get with him is called Pigeon Raid, and it's just that you take a can of beans, throw it at a guy, and pigeons start attacking him. Yeah.
I've seen some of that stuff.
I think I'm going to play a lot more of it this week.
Yeah.
Also, the first summon you get is Gary Buster Holmes.
Gary Buster Holmes.
And the way the summoning thing works is you just download an app on your phone.
And you just summon people?
You call them. You go like,
yo,
I need some help. And then they show up and they do a special move.
Fuck yes.
So that's like the thing you might have seen it with Majima.
Yeah.
Where he's like on the Kamurocho Hills and he's like, yeah, and then he like falls down. So, but the way it works is the first time you use it, it's free. So you might want to save the ones you really like. Mm-hmm. Or they think that will really be good. And then the next time it costs money.
But it like costs the same amount every time, or does it get more expensive every time?
I have no idea. I haven't used it another time.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of money to spend right now. Because I'm fucking homeless. I'm in chapter 4. I just filled out my party.
I love
I got the girl.
Yeah. There's like, I think there's 8 total party members.
Oh, here's a fun Persona thing.
Yeah.
In the English dub.
Yeah.
There's a character that there's twin sisters. Mm-hmm. But, Japan still has the older and the younger thing.
Yeah.
When you're trying to help out the younger sister, in English, the younger sister is voiced by Makoto's voice actor.
Yeah.
And then when you get the older sister who joins your party, it's Sai.
That's cool.
So that's a really fun detail.
Gaming.
I'm a gamer. I wake up on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. and start gaming.
Nice, dude. Got a game.
Okay.
All right. So, I was just going to real quick mention the 2 comics that I've been reading. I've been reading Hellboy, and I've been reading 20th Century Boys. Hellboy, still really good. It's a really fun comic.
Yeah, it doesn't make me horny.
Hellboy doesn't?
Yeah.
Why not?
He doesn't have horns.
He does sometimes, but he pulls them off.
Sometimes I get horny.
Yeah.
Isn't it his thing with, like, his horns, like, kind of make him evil or something?
That when they grow, like, they get forced to grow when, like, when people try to make him do what he was supposed to do. Yeah. Like, because he was, like, born or whatever to be, like, an apocalypse guy, but he grew up, like, not being that. It's a good comic, and, like, the way they package it nowadays, what?
Twitch sucks.
Yeah, Twitch still sucks.
No, they deleted the art category. It's gaming, music, IRL, and, like, literature or something. Here, wait, let me read it.
So did they...
Esports. And then they had a stack of books. That's why I thought it was the literature. So I think they're breaking it down into 4 major categories up top.
Yeah.
So if you were, like, going...
I guess you could say art is IRL.
It is. That's the thing. But there's a lot of people who do IRL for just chatting and stuff and podcasts.
Yeah.
So if I, like, wanted to be like, I just want to listen to some chill music and watch an artist go through their process, now I have to go through like the people who are streaming in public, despite the fact that we're in a pandemic.
Yeah.
But it's games, music, IRL, esports, and that's the thing. I get esports is huge.
That's games.
That's games.
That's games.
Just put or it like.
Fucking esports.
Games, it should be like you press games, and then when you go to it...
It should be a subcategory.
And all of these should have subcategories, where it's like, you go to games and it's like, esports, let's players, like other things, like let people put themselves into categories.
Yeah, comedy.
Or IRL, it could be podcasts.
Yeah.
Maybe ASMR.
Yeah, podcasts, ASMR,
a live show, which is usually just a podcast, but
no. Whatever people who actually do IRL streams are.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things.
Art.
Music, you could put it as like chilled cow shit, like lo-fi hip hop beat stuff.
No, hold on.
Music and art.
Hold on. Games, art, IRL. Those should be the fucking things. Games, arts, IRL.
Yeah, you're right.
Because in arts, you can have people. You can have the subcategory of music. You can have the subcategory of people drawing, right? You can have the subcategory of, like, if you wanted to fucking live stream, like, if you had, like, a play or whatever, and you do plays, like, live streamed, which is cool. A cool thing you could do.
Yeah.
That would be, like, an option, right? Like, fucking...
There's tons of ways to go about this, and they went about it the wrong way.
Yeah, and then IRL can be like podcasts and whatever the bullshit, like just living your life.
Also, I think all streaming platforms need to have a not safe for work. They need to have a kids section.
Yeah.
A normal people section.
Yeah.
And then a not safe for work. And not safe for work isn't porn. But if someone was... You can get banned off of Twitch now for drawing some titty. Like,
Can you see nip?
What?
Can you see nip?
No. I mean, like, if you draw nip, off.
Yeah.
It's like they're censoring art now, stuff. Not like drawing, like, a woman getting fucked by, like, 30 dicks. Not like or a man getting pegged by 30 dicks. Like,
Yeah.
Not hardcore pornography, but like a pinup. A sexy pinup. They'll ban you for it. Twitch... The fucking... little bitch stuff about YouTube and Twitch where it's like, sorry, we don't like slightly risque things on our stuff. It's like, but it's not like they're being racist. They just want to look at some titty or some dick. Come on.
Yeah.
That's why NSFW should be a thing. Always. That's all. Maybe just and also if someone's a not safe for work streamer or YouTube creator, just fucking have it that they get less of a pay cut or something because they have a hard time getting certain advertisers. But if you're fucking telling me Manscaped won't come before a video of a dude talking about how he likes to beat off, get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if you should necessarily be able to show nip or whatever.
I'm not saying nip on, like, a human person. I just think art is different.
I would disagree. A photograph is art.
All right, you got me there.
A film is art.
You got me there. Well, yeah.
Yep.
Nip, dick. Seeing it is a lot different than them using it. If they're using it for sex.
So no penetration.
No penetration. Softcore.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is the NSFW
Tasteful nudes, but no penetration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even if you wanted to go a step further, like to be a little more like, yeah, we're kind of cool with it. Just
have an 18
you're not allowed to
section.
see a vagina.
Yeah. Well, no. If you can see a dick, you can see.
You can't see a dick or a vagina, but you can see a topless person.
Okay.
Like you can see their butthole. You can't see the front, just the back.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That should.
It was stupid when Twitch was banning people for having cleavage. It's dumb for them to do this.
When I read say here about the like Twitch streamers having cleavage, I just immediately get reminded of that guy who tried to sue Twitch because it was fueling his porn addiction or his like masturbation addiction, and I think he specifically name dropped like Pokimane for being too hot.
Yeah, that's lame.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yep. But yeah, what was I going to say?
Hellboy.
Oh yeah,
20th Century Boys.
Hellboy is fun. It's a really enjoyable comic. You'd probably like it.
Probably like a lot of things.
Yeah, you'd probably like Hellboy. The art's really nice.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's fun. You can just buy it in omnibus editions. And they just tell the story from front to back. There's 4 omnibuses, and then there's 2 of the side stories. And then, like, there's other comics. Like, there's the BPRD comic and the Lobster Johnson. Because there's, like, a Hellboy universe now at this point. But, like, if you just want to get into the main book.
Universe.
Yeah. There's, like, a lot of characters in that world.
Yeah, I'm sure. So you got to make your own characters when you can't just steal them from other comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Magnolia, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, 20th Century Boys, though.
Yeah.
Is actually,
where do they live? Like, what time period?
Well, at this point in the story, it's, like, 2018.
Sounds like 21st Century Boys to me.
Well, it's
It's Uber Eats.
Okay. What I was gonna say is like 20th Century Boys. Again, every time I read a new volume on this podcast, I'm just like, yeah, well, I can't really tell you anything because spoilers happen immediately.
Oh, okay.
But in fact, I probably shouldn't have said the 2018 thing. But
well, time passes. There we go.
Time passes in the story. But effectively, I've said this pitch a million times. It's about a group of people who were kids in the 70s who had this like goofy like prediction of like the world of like a superhero story. And then there's like a cult coming up, and so a lot of the things in that thing that they wrote when they were like 10 and 12 and now that they're like in their 30s are like happening weirdly.
Yeah.
And it has something to do with this cult run by this person named The Friend. And then like the story just kind of goes on from there, and it's Naoki Urasawa who did Monster, and like this is his like even bigger work. It's even more well liked.
Okay, well, there's like, so I'm looking at their Wikipedia page right now.
Yeah.
And there's 2 manga runs?
Yeah, well, it's like it's not really 2 manga runs. It's like,
there's 20th Century Boys and then there's 21st Century Boys.
which is like essentially the last 2 volumes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now they're just like, so it's 24 volumes in the original of like regular size manga volumes, but Viz every couple months is releasing one of these like perfect edition volumes, which are double length and really high quality.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting. So, like, don't spoil me if you know the book already, because I don't know what happens in volume 10, 11, or whatever.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Super Mario World is the featured article on Wikipedia.
Hell yeah.
I know, sounds good. The art looks really fucking old, though.
Huh?
The art for 20th Century Boys.
Oh, that's just Urasawa's style.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't draw in an anime style. He draws, like, it's a little bit of Tezuka. It's a little bit of, like, a lot of different things. It's a little bit of just, like, actual actors.
Astro Boy.
Yeah. Well, he did an Astro Boy. He did Pluto.
Is that Astro Boy?
Yeah, it's an adaptation of an Astro Boy story, which is, like, I think only 2 chapters in the original, that he turned into, like, a 6-volume little run.
He's also fucking, like, has been doing this for, like, 30 fucking years.
Urasawa is incredible. He's, like, in my opinion, he's probably the best mangaka of them all.
Trying to think of a bad one.
Yeah.
Tite Kubo.
You could have just said literally anybody.
Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, like, even that is, like, insulting.
Fuck, I forgot his name. Hirohiko Araki.
Araki, I think, is actually apt.
Yeah. Berserk guy.
Oh, yeah. Kentaro Miura. He's good.
Yeah. I can't watch the Berserk anime now. I'm going to have to read the manga, because every single time I hear Guts' theme,
But
I'm just going to think of the Silence Wench, I do not wish to be horny, I wish to be happy thing.
Oh.
Because the meme uses, like, the Guts theme in the background.
I thought you meant, like, the...
No.
You don't know that song?
I don't know it.
Oh, that's the opening. It's the theme song. It's like a fucking Japanese punk song.
Okay.
It's like goofy. And then, like, put your glasses on.
Oh,
Nothing will be wrong.
Nothing will be wrong. You've clearly never watched the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one to... I honestly, unironically like that song.
Oh, yeah. Anime openings are good.
Yeah.
The Naruto anime openings are fire.
But yeah. So Hellboy and 20th Century Boys are both still good, and you should get on that shit. But if you're gonna read 20th Century Boys, read Monster first. Honestly, it's
what came first?
Really good. Monster came first.
Okay.
They don't take place in the same world or anything, but I guess nothing's stopping them from taking place. In the
Is
same
it more like if you just like read 20th Century Boys, you'll see like his actual improvement?
Yeah,
so you'll be like, wow,
better.
20th Century Boys is really good. But then you go read Monster and you're like, this is not as good as 20th Century Boys.
But I'd still say Monster, like, you could argue Monster being better. They're both very good, but his art gets better.
It's like if you read like a joke, like if you skipped parts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, part 3 is so cool. I don't know, part 1 and 2 is kind of boring.
It's a less jarring than that, though, because, like, Monster you can argue is better. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I could argue part 2 is better than part 3.
Yeah, well, then part 3, yeah. But you know what like, Monster's really fucking good. It's a lot more down to earth, so, like, 20th Century Boys kind of surprises you from where it goes.
Yeah.
Because it's very grounded.
How long are we?
We're like 2 hours.
All right.
So let's just fucking...
I got AOC. Age of Calamity.
Oh, yeah.
So I played 4.5 hours of that.
Yep.
When you're... Actually, you know what? I think it might... maybe I didn't actually spend 4.5 hours in my car yesterday.
Maybe you just left it on.
No, the demo had progress came over, so it might be the save from that, putting like 2 extra hours on. But yeah, that game, really fun.
Better or worse than Hyrule Warriors 1?
Better. I've only come... Like, I pretty much every character I've played as, I enjoy their playstyle.
Yeah.
Not Zelda.
Not Zelda?
Zelda's is just kind of weak. Like, it's more like throwing things out and having them explode, where everyone else is like, actually like, oh, let me hit you. I think Impa's is the best.
Yeah.
It's like they kind of tell you the order to go in. You can do any order you want, but the best is like, get Urbosa, get Mifa, get Daruk, get Rivali. Urbosa's thing is you're fighting against the Yiga clan. Well, you show up and all the Gerudo are trying to kill you.
Damn.
Despite the fact that like Zelda is like her, like she has like a surrogate mom thing going on with Urbosa.
Right.
Because that's in the that's kind of in
Breath of the Wild.
It's kind of in Breath of the Wild, but it's more in the Champions DLC, where there's like a scene where Link goes to pick her up, and she's like fell asleep on like Urbosa's lap, and Urbosa's like kind of just like reminiscing about Zelda's mom because they were friends, and she has like this cute little. She's like, "Oh, little bird, you're so cute." But then like you go there, and Urbosa like tries to get you killed, but then she does the fucking bitch. I just love her. She just like snap like from the doorway. She's like. And snaps and lightning strikes the guy, despite the fact that they're in a building and it's Master Koga of the Yiga clan.
Yeah.
And then you beat the shit out of them. But like playing as her is just really fun. She has a meter for lightning stuff.
Nice.
And after you do an attack, you can keep pressing X and she'll just keep throwing the lightning out with her meter. Mipha's is cool because she does this like teleporting uppercut.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think like the fish woman has a lot of aerial moves.
But she does.
She's like mostly aerial.
Well, you know what they say about
like
being
from
underwater.
The Little Mermaid. No, but like they kept the thing from Breath of the Wild where hitting an enemy's head is their weak point, as it is in most fucking things.
Yeah.
So, but it automatically brings up the weak point gauge when you hit them in the face. So using Mipha's thing to press X to throw it like a little water geyser, and then press ZR and you teleport and do an uppercut out of it. And then while you're in the air, you can press like triangle. The Y button, which is like square or X on every other controller, and you'll do a bunch of hits to their head, and it's just free. But then Daruk's is just kind of lame. He's just very slow. His like special ability is like it's only good for one move, and then I don't think I got to play as Rivali.
I cannot wait until fucking P5S comes out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it actually got a real release date now.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Not a real release date, but a release window.
Nice.
In the West.
One thing I was going to say that I didn't wind up saying is like if you're wondering why we didn't mention this in the news, the Capcom leak thing, it's because
it's a leak. It's not real.
Well, no, it's not that it's not real. It's real. It's a hack. It was like a fucking hack, and some people's personal info got.
Oh,
hacked.
was that the thing?
Yeah.
The
Capcom thing.
I thought that was a different company that they got with. They did it too.
I think they might have done it to Sony too, but.
No, I think it was Capcom where it was like they were like give us like $1 million or else we're gonna leak all this shit, and Capcom was like we do not negotiate with terrorists.
But yeah, so we're not going to talk about what was mentioned in that because you know.
But also now that it's out there, maybe just talk about the games that are going to come out in 2021 because I think
the big announcement is
Street Fighter 6 on there.
Yes, Street Fighter 6 has been leaked twice now.
It's always going to be.
Yes.
Street Fighter. Monster Hunter, the next Monster Hunter, it was on there too, but that's for like 2023.
Well, you mean the next one after the one that's about to come out?
Yeah. Because we know Rise is coming out in April.
Yeah. No, the big one is that there's not going to be a year without a Resident Evil until like 2025 or something like that.
Yeah. Like because 8's coming out next year.
Yep.
And then like
whatever, we don't know what game it is, but I think
4 remake is either 2022.
Well, 4 remake still isn't confirmed or whatever.
I think I saw it on that leak though.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, but anyways, fuck that.
Yep.
Fuck that guy.
Yep. So we're gonna call the episode here, folks.
AOC was cool.
Yeah, Age of Calamity. But we're going to go right from recording this into recording our spoiler cast for Spider-Man Miles Morales because we both finished it now. And so that will be coming out for you on Wednesday because new episodes of the regular show, our regular show, comes out like Mondays.
The regular show.
Yeah, I know.
Mordecai, coming to you.
Wednesday we're gonna release the Spider-Man episode, and so we're gonna go full spoilers on that. So be careful. But for now, thanks for listening. You can see the show and other stuff we do. YouTube.com/N8S Comedy. If you want to follow myself personally, I'm at The Media Hole on Twitter. I'm at The Media Hole on TikTok. And I am at twitch.tv/The Media Hole, where you can catch me on December 10th, streaming the Game Awards, potentially with Ian, depending on scheduling. Also, I have a Tumblr, and that is when your balls get stuck to your leg.tumblr.com.
Change your name.
If you want to follow Ian, he's at StrugglesV on everything. And as he's playing Call of Duty, you can see him tweeting all about how skill-based matchmaking is bullshit and makes the game worse, and he just wants to crush all the weaker players.
I said that in confidence in the Discord last night. I can't believe you would bring that up.